in even on their days off, but we still want to give them a little ice presence before the game starts, and this is a wide enough gap with a pregame skate this morning at 9:15. That's not asking too much. We didn't work them real hard, but we got the equipment on, we moved the puck around, and I'd like to think that'll help us here tonight.
Todd, you had an opportunity to watch the Sharks play the Avalanche yesterday. How much value is there in watching a team play before you actually play them?
It's good for a lot of things. As a coaching staff, we never get to see games from way up high. And when you're way up high, I can't believe how slow the game is, how quiet the game is up there, and you have no sense of size, really. Everybody kind of looks the same size. There may be a little variance. But it was good to watch. It was good to see players, individuals on both teams without being in a stressful situation. It was also good to watch a game. Trent Yanni and Steve and I went. So the three of us got to watch a game together and talk about hockey. You know, when we're working, Steve's watching, and when Steve's doing his work, we're maybe watching. So rarely do you get that opportunity to communicate about hockey. So I thought it was a real valuable afternoon for us, pre-scouting San Jose, but also watching games together.
Now, you had an opportunity to coach here in San Jose for many years, had very successful seasons as well. Hockey in the Bay Area, how has that come alive over the years since you've been here?
Well, I was real fortunate to, leave Detroit on a winning note and coming to an organization that was on the precipice or were attempting to win. We had some tremendous teams and real good years, some strong playoff battles with the Wings, and the Shark Tank, which we're playing at tonight, was packed. It was full of energy. But inevitably, there's evolution. We see it in Detroit right now, where you have to take your team down and rebuild it. And San Jose is going through that right now. They have strong ownership, good management in Mike Greer, and they've made some real smart decisions on drafting. So this community is starting to grab onto Sharks hockey again, and I believe it can get back to where it was before, where this is a really hard place to play in, and the community is just full of energy.
Finally, Macklin Celebrini, what does he bring to the table? What do you like about his game?
Well, I like everything about his game. We know, or people are quite aware of his offensive skills, his shot, his vision. He's a very competitive player. But what impressed me last night was his commitment to the ice, the full ice surface. He skated just as hard coming back. He stopped in D zone. He hunted people down to create turnovers for teammates. He managed his game well. When he was tired, he got off the ice. He didn't try and extend it. And when you have a young player like that's playing that way, it forces everybody else to react and play properly, and as a result, they get good goaltending last night and win the game.
All right, all the best, Todd.
Thank you.
Around the League is coming up next.
Around the League with Dustin Fiocco.
Around the League is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Detroit Red Wings. Yesterday was a day of competitive hockey in the NHL. Every team had a goal, no blowouts, and 6 games went to overtime. And one of those 6 games was one we already touched on a bit, the Sharks beating the Avalanche 3-2 in OT. But let's dive a little bit deeper into that Colorado squad. This is a hockey team that is atop their Central Division at 19 points. That point total leads the entire league. That ranking very fitting when you see their record only consists of 1 regulation loss. Now, if you ask why they are only at 19 points with 1 regulation loss on the season, well, that's because they have 6 losses on the year. In 5 overtime performances for Colorado this season, they are 0 for 5. You heard that correctly. They have yet to win in either overtime or a shootout this year. That is 5 points left on the table, and it's worth noting it could be a potential kryptonite for, as of now, the top team in the league. Getting games to 3-on-3 hockey or a shootout, it could be the opponent's key to victory. I'm Dustin Fiocco, and this has been Around the League.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health. We are Henry.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win. There's nothing like fall in the Midwest. Shop Meijer and enjoy every moment of the season with great deals on fall family favorites, like crisp and flavorful bulk Honeycrisp apples for just $1.49 per pound. Buy one, get one 50% off fresh from Meijer boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and select varieties of Purple Cow ice cream or frozen yogurt for $2.99. Saving money and getting everything you need in a single stop. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
From the rink.
I saw my first Red Wing game January 25th, 1969 at the old Olympia. Detroit played the Oakland Seals, and a man who scored a hat trick in that game is joining me now in the broadcast booth, and that's Norm Ferguson. Norm, welcome to the booth, and I saw you play, and you did a great job that night.
It only seems like yesterday, Ken. Yeah, you got a little bit older, but I haven't got aged a damn day.
There you go. What do you remember anything about that game?
Well, yeah, it was always a treat when you become a young hockey player. You're an expansion team. It's the original 6 teams that you grew up watching because then you knew every player, you knew who they played with, and you knew all the teams. But I actually, that night, I was playing against Mahavlich, Hal, and Dovecchio. Mm-hmm. And Terry Sawchuk in nets, and I'm going, my goodness, I'll be lucky even to get a shot on net. I was just lucky to be on the ice. And I ended up getting 3 goals. I still don't know how. One was a power play, another one even strength. And I always have to tell you, everything was a fabulous shot. There was no flukes.
They're all end-to-end rushes too, right?
No, yeah. Honest to God. No end-to-end rushes, no top shelf, great shots. Sawchuk never had a chance, but I don't remember them.
What do you remember most about playing against Gordy, especially at the old Olympia?
You know where I got to know him most was when he went to the Houston Aeros. When he was in the Detroit Olympia, we might have played him once or twice a year. An idol, a guy who had longevity, a guy who controlled the whole darn game. Like we talk about Hal, Dovecchio, and Muhammad. I thought Hal was the guy that controlled everything. Everything sort of revolved around him. And here I am. He played right wing. I played right wing. Big, strong guy. Me, medium at best. And you marvel at how the confidence he had in everything he did, whether it was killing penalties, passing the puck, shooting the puck, just going in on the boards and having the confidence that he could do pretty well anything he wanted.
Let's talk about that season, though, for a moment. We're talking about Norm Ferguson and played a little bit of his career early on with the Oakland Seals when they first came in, expansion back in 1967. But Norm, as a forward coming in, you had a really good year. You scored 34 goals that season, and you lost the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year to Danny Grant.
Exactly. Who comes from the Maritimes just like I do. I've never liked the guy ever since. But no, it was a great year. I'd love to be playing today and have those numbers. Maybe I'd have to cut back on a few things.
You come from a hockey hotbed there in Canada. Then you come over here to Oakland where, it's just kind of like on the ground floor of hockey here. Although they did play a lot of hockey in the minor leagues and stuff. But yeah. What was it like playing here in Oakland?
Well, grew up in Nova Scotia, small town. It wasn't bad. But I played junior hockey in Montreal for 3 years with Scotty Bowman. And every Saturday night, we went to see, when we're home, we'd see the Montreal Canadiens. And we never even got a seat. We got standing room, which was fine. We got in the building. But Saturday night, Toronto and Montreal, it was your religion. You went to, if you didn't get to the game, it was on TV, and you sat there, and the family watched it. And then we went to Oakland. Well, we made the odd joke where the Oakland Raiders had more people in their tailgating party than we had at the game. They'd all be leaving the damn game, and we'd just be coming in to play, and we'd only have 4,000 and 5,000.
Norm Ferguson, thanks a lot for stopping by. Pleasure having you. And you know what? I still think back of that first game I ever saw, and I'm glad that you scored the 3-goal hat trick. It was a great effort by you that night.
Maybe it was your good luck to spurring me on. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for having me. I always thank people for asking for an autograph. To be on a radio and to be asked a few questions, it's nice to be remembered as an older hockey player, and I thank you very much.
Keys to the game, they're coming up next.
Tonight's Keys to the Game.
Well, the road trip continues for the Red Wings. Tonight they're in San Jose, California as they take on the San Jose Sharks, a team that won 3-2 in overtime yesterday against the Avalanche. And the Red Wings, Paul, trying to get back to their winning ways as they lost 5-2 to the Anaheim Ducks.
You know, I agree with Tom McClellan, head coach McClellan said about that start of that third period. I think the Wings had a chance. They hadn't played that well, but a chance to come back. But that power play goal really hurt them to start off that third period of play. You got to give the Ducks their credit. They picked up a very important victory on home ice. This will not be an easy game here tonight. This team just took on Colorado Avalanche yesterday, and they won the game 3-2 in sudden death overtime. So Brian Warsofsky, the young head coach, has got them playing in the right direction, and they're looking for the third consecutive win here tonight against the Red Wings.
When you look at the San Jose Sharks, everything seems to evolve around Celebrini, the young 19-year-old player, and he's off to a great start this season, 18 points. But he can do it all, and terrific hockey player. He's only 19 years old.
Yeah, the amazing part about him now, he's got 81 points and 82 career games played in the National Hockey League, so he's definitely their number one center and their most important player. But Mike Greer, the general manager, was busy during the off-season. He had a lot of different NHL defensemen. Timothy Liljegren was actually a trade from Toronto last year. Dmitry Orlov they got, though. He's got 9 points on the season. John Klingberg, at one point, he was the number one defenseman for the Dallas Stars. He's back on that blue line. And Vincent Desharnais, a big, strong, rugged defenseman, 6'7", 225. So they made some changes. They made some additions. They got Alex Nedeljkovic, the former Pittsburgh Penguin and Detroit Red Wing goaltender. He'll be the starter tonight against the Red Wings. But he did add some veteran players to help out, including Jeff Skinner, who was on the third line, but's moved up today in the second line with Alexander Wenberg and Philip Kurashev.
Think about the San Jose Sharks team. They played 12 games this season, and they've got points in half of them. The record 4-6-2. Lost a couple of tough games early on, the first couple of games in overtime, but they're a competitive team, and they're starting to play a lot better right now.
But even think back to last year when they came to Detroit and stuff like that, they control a lot of the play. They're a good team. They're well coached. Slavkovsky's done a very good job these last couple of seasons. So this is going to be a battle today, but again, the Wings need these 2 points. If they do get the 2 points, back into a tie for first place for the Montreal Canadiens in the Atlantic Division.
And we're going to see Cam Talbot in goal for the Red Wings, 38-year-old goaltender, 4-1-0 on the season with an .898 save percentage.
Yeah, he's been real good. He's been the best of the 2 goaltenders so far, so the Wings need him today and coming off that very emotional victory against the Los Angeles Kings.
All right, Paul, what about a key to tonight's game against the Sharks? What would it be?
Be ready for these San Jose Sharks. And again, they're coming off a big victory. They want to move up. They're in the basement right now of the Pacific Division. They want to move out of there. The Wings need more from the third and fourth line, more quality shifts throughout the course of the hockey game. We're talking about Cam Talbot. Need a big game up from him. They win the special team battle. San Jose, they struggle mightily on the penalty kill. The Wings, one of the best power plays in the National Hockey League. That seems like it should bode well for the Red Wings here tonight.
Take a look at the injury report right now. It is brought to you by McLaren Healthcare, doing what's best. And again, Patrick Kane did make the trip out here to California. He has an upper body injury, but both teams a little bit banged up, but that's the way it is 12 games into the National Hockey League season.
Everybody's banged up. They'll be out a pretty good player. Forward to Eklund, not playing for the Sharks tonight. They're going to go with 7 defensemen back there on the blue line and 11 forwards up the front. But Macklin Celebrini, just a good two-way center, as Tom McClellan described. And Leo Carlson was just the exact same thing for the Anaheim Ducks. Another outstanding young player for the Ducks.
Listening to Dustin Fiocco in his Around the League segment, and you learn something new all the time, and I didn't realize that Colorado has not won a game in overtime. There's 7-1-5, 5 overtime losses. That's just unheard of, I guess, if you're the Avalanche.
I was thinking about that today, and again, just the personnel they can put out there. Anytime you can put Nathan McKinnon on the ice like that, and you got Martin Necas, you got Kel McCarr back on the blue line, it's almost impossible to lose 5 games with those kind of guys that are wide open and so much ice to maneuver with, but somehow that's what's happened to Colorado. But you think about it, they've lost just 1 game in regulation all season long.
Red Wings come into tonight's action against the Sharks. They are in second place in the Atlantic Division with an 8-4-0 record, 16 points. 2 points behind Montreal, continues to play well. And Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki leading the way for the Montreal Canadiens.
This afternoon, the Tampa Bay Lightning won their game in Utah against the Mammoth, 4-2 the final score. All of a sudden, they've won 5 consecutive games. They went from 8th place today up to 3rd place in the extremely competitive Atlantic Division.
Every team above 500 right now in the Atlantic Division.
In the Western Conference, not one team below 500. Now just shows you how much a parity there is in today's NHL.
Toronto Maple Leafs, 6th place in the Atlantic Division. Florida's ahead of them in the standings. Boston Bruins, they're in 4th spot. And again, there have been a roller coaster type season, first 12 games for them.
Tell you what, if that defense stays healthy, Swayman plays the weekend in the goal, it's going to take a very good team not to knock them out of a playoff spot. That's a very competitive team. Other game today, the Islanders and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Last score I saw there was a 1-1 tie. Calgary into Philadelphia. Flyers got beat by Toronto last night. New Jersey on the road against the Anaheim Ducks. The Devils coming off a victory. And, of course, tonight the Wings here against the Sharks.
And the Tampa Bay Lightning, as you mentioned, 5 wins in a row, so that is unbelievable. Enjoy the game, everybody. Red Wing Hockey up next on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The cold weather is coming fast, which means time's running out to get this wall-side exclusive never-before offer. Half off every wall-side window, plus 81 months, no interest, or an extra 18% off for cash. Get your windows installed before the holidays. This is your last chance. Half off every window, plus 81 months, no interest, or an extra 18% off. Call 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Around here, it's all or nothing. And nobody has more all-wheel drive choices than Toyota. Now through November 3rd, get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.75 on RAV4 Hybrid, excludes plug-ins, or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $309 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Need coffee that slaps or munchies that pop? Sheetz has your back and your snacks. Think of us as your neighborhood hangout spot that comes with its own parking, where you can turn your pickup's tailgate into a lunch table, chat up your neighbor at checkout, or just roll in wearing PJs. We've been serving fresh, made-to-order stuff since forever, and you're always invited. We're family-owned, community-loved, and delightfully not your average gas station. Ha, not even close. Get ready, Michigan. Why the Sheetz not?
Face-off is just moments away as we pause for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings radio.
The biggest names in the game.
Kudrov score! The Lightning win it!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
And a pleasant good Sunday evening to you. We're coming to you live from the SAP Center here in San Jose, California. First of 2 meetings on the season coming up between the Red Wings and the San Jose Sharks. Let's take a look at those starting lineups right now. They're brought to you by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Just call us today for a free estimate.
And it will be the former Red Wing Alex Nedeljkovic, 8.87 save percentage, 2-2-1 his record so far this season. Back on the blue line, Dmitry Orlov and Timothy Liljegren. Then up front, it will be a second line, Alexander Wenberg, Jeff Skinner, and Philip Kurashev.
We saw John Gibson go against his former team in Anaheim the other night, and now we are going to see Cam Talbot 4-1-0 on the season for Cam. 898 save percentage on the blue line. Albert Johansson teaming up with Travis Hamonic, and up front Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, and Emmett Finney.
And on the paper, the Red Wings are definitely stronger of the two teams. And again, the San Jose burned up a lot of energy yesterday's victory against Colorado, but in the National Hockey, you just never know. Every game is a battle.
One of the things that Tom McClellan was talking to the media today is finding the legs early, and that's something that they really didn't do in all 3 games so far with St. Louis, and also the 2 games in California against Los Angeles and Anaheim. Want to get those legs churning, and the team didn't skate yesterday. It was a day off, but they did skate this morning, so he's hoping that they'll come out flying here tonight.
And again, when you're skating like that, you're drawing a minor penalties, and again, the San Jose Sharks, the 30th worst team in the penalty killing in the National Hockey. That's something definitely Wings can take advantage of. Their power play is still running on all cylinders.
The other thing, Paul, the Red Wings would like to clean up, they've given up a shorthanded goal in each of the last 2 games against Los Angeles and Anaheim.
Well, you think back, that's a difference against the Anaheim Ducks right there. And again, the power play, just got to get a little bit tighter, better control that puck, and got to make a play. If you can't make a play, hang on to it. Just not throwing it to an area and hoping something good's going to happen.
Referees for the hockey game tonight, Brandon Schrader and Graham Skilleter. The linesmen, Julian Fournier and Brandon Grillo. We are set to go for first period action. Glad you're in tune to Red Wing hockey on this Sunday night back home in Detroit. Larkin in for the faceoff against Wenberg, and Larkin wins the draw. We're underway here at the Shark Tank as the puck comes up the right side. Wenberg to chase it down. Larkin got around him, moves in towards the goal, and flipped it wide of the net. Wenberg lifted the stick of Larkin just when he was ready to pull the trigger.
And again, that skating ability of Dylan Larkin. He has been outstanding from start to finish. Picked up an assist in the previous game yesterday against the Anaheim Ducks.
Bouncing puck got away from Johansson, but he retrieves it now. Circles in behind his own goal away from Philip Kurashev. Kurashev had 2 goals in yesterday's game against the Avalanche.
And that's the third defensive pair starting the game for the Red Wings. Travis Hamonic out there with Albert Johansson.
Wenberg flips it around the dasher into the right corner in the Red Wing zone. No score in the hockey game as Sider lifts it up the right side for Appleton. Jammed it ahead to Marco Kasper. Flips it into the corner. Cuts inside on a defender. Goes in after it. Klingberg comes away with the puck. Hands it off now to Foley, and he'll bounce it out to center ice. Celebrini got it to the Detroit line. Poked away by Sider. Came out to center ice, and the Sharks to wheel it back in behind the Red Wing goal.
And after that slow start statistically, Marco Kasper starting to come on now. 3 goals for the Red Wings.
Wings dump it back into the Shark zone from their side of the red line, and icing is called against Detroit. We played 1 minute and 9 seconds of the opening period, and there's no score. Red Wings 2-1-0 on the current 5-game road trip.
And lots of action last night in the National Hockey League. Montreal playing on home ice. Another overtime victory for the Montreal Canadiens. They're almost unbeatable in that situation. Ottawa did pick up a single point against the Montreal Canadiens, and Ottawa doing a pretty good job playing without their captain Brady Tkachuk for most of the season.
Face off to the left of Cam Talbot. Ty Dellandrea lost the puck as the Wings bump it up the near side. Klingberg stopped it for a moment. Now out to center ice to brink it out there for Detroit. He has goals in 4 straight hockey games for the Red Wings. Battle for it in front of the penalty box. Dellandrea got it back inside his own zone. Now tapped ahead up the right side boards for Graff. And broken up by Edmondson, and he'll steer it all the way to the goaltender, Nedeljkovic, as the puck rolls to the side of the San Jose goal. Berggren dug it loose around the boards, plays it into the corner. Red Wings get it to the line. That's Sherratt. He'll bank it around the boards into the corner for Berggren. Now they battle for it in behind the goal. Wings come away with it. Here's a quick feed out in front, broken up by the Shark defense. Sherratt fanned on the shot. Graff comes out to center ice and taps it so lowly into that Detroit zone, and Sandin Pellikka to roll it across.
Become a good second pair. The veteran Ben Sherratt, the rookie Sandin Pellikka. Dumps it in from center ice. Wings make a wholesale line change.
That's Sam Dickinson around the boards to pick it up and play it ahead. Out to center ice, Sharks pick it up, and now it's lifted down the ice by Luka Modulin into the corner in the Detroit end. They whistle down now as that puck is lifted over the side glass into the crowd.
It wasn't long ago the Washington Capitals sat atop the Eastern Conference standings. They dropped 4 consecutive games, including one yesterday to the Buffalo Sabres. That game in Buffalo took a shootout, but all of a sudden now the wheels come off the Washington Capitals, but they've had some injury problems. Their top center iceman, Ryan Strome, and Pierre-Luc Dubois have both been injured in the last 5 games.
Logan Thompson having a pretty good start to the season at .935 save percentage for Washington.
And a play of Logan Thompson, we're probably going to get him a spot. If he keeps it up, it's going to get him a spot in the Canadian Olympic team. Of course, that Olympics will start in February in Italy. And Jordan Binnington was a starter for Team Canada last year, and he has not played well all season long for the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, Blues on the bottom of the standings there in their division, Central Division, as the Wings pick it up. Johansson flipping it down the ice. Larkin after it and was batted away.
It was a long bomb pass by the Red Wings, and Larkin almost caught up to it.
Lucas Raymond deep in the corner. Penalty coming up to the Sharks right now as Raymond plays it around the boards right side for Finney. Back to the blue line it comes. Here's Raymond with a drive. It knocked the stick out of the hands of Nedeljkovic, and now the play whistled down. But first power play of the game will come up to the Red Wings.
And that's the last thing that the Sharks wanted to see early in the opening period. A Red Wing power play. The way they move that puck in the offensive zone, it's difficult to defend against. Raymond almost gave the Wings a 1-0 lead right there.
It's Philip Kurashev, the guilty party for the Sharks, who will get the gate. Red Wing man advantage coming up, brought to you by Carbless, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
They're missing a very important forward up front, William Eklund as well. He's been good the last couple of seasons now for the San Jose Sharks. They go with the 7 defensemen. A good job by Lucas Raymond. He's had a scoring chance, and he draws a minor penalty.
2 minutes, 57 seconds, the time of the penalty to Kurashev. And the Red Wings 1 for 7 on the power play their last game against Anaheim. Let's see if the Wings can score first in this game. They are on the power play as it's rolled into the corner. Sider, left circle feed now to Brinkett. To Sider, to Finney. Pass across to Brinkett with a shot knocked down out in front by Desharnais, the Sharks defenseman. Red Wings get it again. Raymond with a cross-ice feed to Finney. Emmett Finney in the slot to Larkin. Backhand try. It's blocked. Comes back to Raymond. Now to the blue line. Good puck movement up high by the Red Wings. Trying to take the lead here early in the game. Sider over to the right circle. Finney down low to Larkin. Tried to pass it across to Brinkett. Broken up. Red Wings control. Larkin right circle feed. Pass down low. Emmett Finney now to the line to Mo Sider. Back to Finney. Right face-off circle in front. A centering attempt ends up off to the side of the San Jose goal. And finally chopped by Desharnais down the ice.
Good defensive play by Desharnais. He's still out there. Long shift for him. He blocked 3 shifts. Here come the Wings right back on the attack with Dylan Larkin, the captain, turns it over.
And Barclay Goodrow will fire it all the way down the ice into the Detroit end.
That seems a long time ago. He was playing for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Also had some good seasons with the New York Rangers.
No score in the hockey game. The Red Wings still with a man advantage. 45 seconds. Here's Kasper going wide. On Orlov, got a quick backhand away, and Nedeljkovic with a pad save.
Outstanding pad save by Nedeljkovic. That was labeled for the bottom corner.
Kasper moves it right circle to the line. Sandin Pellikka into the corner for Berggren. Came right out in front of the goal. Here's Kasper with a shot. He tried to go upstairs and fired it over the crossbar. Berggren outside rim of the right circle. All Detroit here on the power play trying to take the lead. Berggren right circle, stick handles, throws it down low, got it back. Jonathan Berggren tried to pass it across, and it's broken up. Diving along the ice, Goodrow to tap it out of harm's way. Now just 8 seconds to go on the Red Wing man advantage. Kasper, long shot, save made. Nedeljkovic, rebound, Berggren, got it behind the goal to Kasper. To Berggren, turns away from a check of Celebrini. Penalty is over, and the Shark fans cheer as they are at full strength. Celebrini brings it out to center. Carries into the Red Wing zone. 3 men back for Detroit. Pass broken up, and it came out to center ice. And now Smith will pick it up, play it across in front of the Red Wing bench to Celebrini, and he drives it in behind the Detroit net.
Yeah, Red Wings 4th line on the ice right now for Todd McClellan. It's a very important shift for them. They want to keep momentum going their way after that special team situation.
The Red Wings had that puck a long time in the offensive zone, could not get the tally as the player Appleton brings it up across the San Jose blue line. Now to Sider, his shot was blocked by Celebrini. Out to center, Smith tapped it over the line. Celebrini took a whack at it. He's been out there quite a long time. He's averaging about 22 minutes per game, and that puck is lifted down the ice now into the San Jose zone as both teams will change on the go.
Sure seems weird. You see Will Smith wearing that low number, number 2 for the San Jose Sharks. It's usually a number reserved for a defenseman in the NHL.
Way back down the ice. Red Kelly, when he played for the Toronto Maple Leafs, wore number 4, and Punch Imlach made him a center iceman, normally a defenseman, though.
And Mark Howe wore number 4 as well. He was a forward and a defenseman at different times in his NHL career.
Desharnais in the left corner, pile up there as they try to dig that puck free along the boards. 13:38 to go. And now up the left wing boards, it comes out to center ice and slapped into the Detroit end. Robert Johansson flipping it up the left side. Now to Kopp. He'll send it rink wide over on the right wing. Long shot taken from Kasper from the top of the right circle, and Nedeljkovic comes up with a glove hand save.
It's a big save for Alex Nedeljkovic because Mason Appleton, the big strong power forward, was on the doorstep looking for that rebound that never did come.
The first period of tonight's game is brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. We've got our first timeout here tonight in San Jose. 13:22 to go, scoreless tie in the opening period. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Dearborn brand products are a taste of tradition, supporting the Wings because nobody represents tradition better in sports. Hockey season and the holidays are the best with the Torch Glaze Spiral Ham. Available all over Metro Detroit and at our Dearborn and Roseville factory outlets. While there, pick up some of our famous kielbasa, smoked, fresh, and holiday. Visit DearbornBrand.com for locations near you. Find ham, sausage, hot dogs, and snacks. Heading north this fall? Don't forget about our extensive line of snack sticks and jerky. Start the hunt off on Target at DearbornBrand.com. AshleyGrand.com.
From Novi to Royal Oak and down to Woodhaven and even Windsor, Ashley has Detroit covered when it comes to affordable, high-quality furniture and unbelievably comfortable mattresses. After nearly 20 years in the community, Ashley is proud to be the first official furniture and mattress partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Shop any of our 7 Metro Detroit locations and mention this partnership to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us today and help support the Red Wings this season. Only at Ashley.
The cold weather is coming fast, which means time's running out to get this wall-side exclusive never-before offer. Half off every wall-side window, plus 81 months, no interest, or an extra 18% off for cash. Get your windows installed before the holidays. This is your last chance. Half off every window, plus 81 months, no interest, or an extra 18% off. Call 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Sunday Night Hockey coming to you from the SAP Center here in San Jose, California. No score in the hockey game, 13:22 to play in the first. One power play in the game went to the Red Wings, and the Wings had some pressure on San Jose and Nedeljkovic, but could not capitalize. The Wings have scored a power play goal in 5 consecutive games. Puck ends up around the boards. Casper picking it up to Detroit, rolls it around the end boards and behind the net, taking a chop at it, Dickinson. Now Appleton rolls it up the wing. Will Smith comes away with it, turned it over inside the zone. Casper with a centering attempt, reaching for it. Appleton threw his man into the boards. That was the defenseman Sam Dickinson. Now the Sharks, good roll. Toffoli got it out to Celebrini. Back out there after the break. Red Wings trying to hold it in. That plays offside up across the Shark blue line.
And Ryan Warsofsky, the head coach of the San Jose Sharks, got his hands full. He's got 7 defensemen addressed, but 2 of his forwards, Patrick Giles and Ethan Cardwell, have very limited NHL experience, so he's really down to almost 9 forwards up front. So the Wings, again, have got to take advantage of that, spend a lot of time in the offensive zone, and wear that group down.
Celebrini played 22 minutes and 44 seconds in that overtime win over the Avalanche yesterday. Young player, 19 years old, first overall pick for the San Jose Sharks. 17 points this season. Now up across the line, Skinner with a centering attempt, broken up by Sider. Now the Red Wings trying to catch the Sharks. They come back 3-on-2. Larkin over the line, dropped it back, and it was intercepted. And the Sharks bring it ahead up across the blue line. It's lifted down low into the corner and behind the Red Wing goal, and Raymond to pick it up.
The Wings dodge a bullet there. A couple of big turnovers, one by Simon Edmondson, helped out by Maritza Sutter, and that last one by, as you described, Dylan Larkin.
There's Orlov scooping it up and well traveled over the last couple of years, the defenseman for San Jose.
It's off to a good start, though, with 9 assists so far. This new team, the San Jose Sharks, they played last year with the Carolina Hurricanes. Boy, there's a team that's beat up badly. Lots of injuries right now for Carolina, but they still find ways to win.
Colin Graff in over the Red Wing line, got a shot away from down the middle off a Red Wing leg. Now lifted around the boards, into the corner in the Red Wing zone. Puck centered out in front of the Detroit goal, and Soderblom lifts it out to center ice. Puck shot back in by Mario Ferraro. Right on goal, and an easy save by Talbot. Pass out the center. Van Riemsdyk chipped it into the San Jose end. Rasmussen is knocked down. Now it's Mukhamadullin playing that puck around the boards. Ferraro will pick it up now behind the San Jose goal. Prepare the breakout. Now both teams are changing on the fly. 3 points this year for Shakir Mukhamadullin. All 3 are assists as the puck comes to center ice. Giles to tap it to the side of the Detroit goal, taking no chances. The rebound came off the end boards right to Cam Talbot.
Alexander Wenberg, the veteran NHL center iceman, got down there at plenty of speed. Negates the icing call, and it's a smart move right there by Cam Talbot. They're going to turn that puck over early here in the opening period.
Red Wings 3-1-0 in their last 4 hockey games. Points in 8 of their last 11. And one thing you want to do when you lose a hockey game, get back on those on the right track and win some hockey games. You don't want extended losing streaks.
Well, it's a good plan, but easier said than done. Today's NHL, all these teams are fiercely competitive. How about the St. Louis Blues that continue to struggle? Columbus beat them on home ice last night, 3-2. The Blues are reeling right there now. We'll see what Doug Armstrong, the general manager, does. He's not afraid to make a move, but the Blues are definitely falling out of playoff contention in the Western Conference.
think they have the second lowest point total right now in the National Hockey League.
Two of the teams that really have not lived up expectations, they and the Minnesota Wild win the same division. Minnesota struggling mightily as well. Well, they did win their game yesterday.
No score in this one, 10:44 to go. Sharks play it back into the Red Wing zone, wave the icing off as Sider tapped it to Edvinsson out of Comfort. Arnay chipped it deeper into the corner. Now Giles to play it around the boards. Let's go Sharks chant as the puck is bounced around in front of the Detroit players' bench. Finally chipped down into the corner in the Red Wing end. Scooting after it behind his own goal, bringing it ahead is Mo Sider. He is watched by Celebrini. Now pass to the middle of the ice, Edvinsson. Stick handles over the San Jose blue line, drops it back to the trailer, Lucas Raymond. Raymond slides it to the blue line. Here is Johansson. Down low it comes to Larkin, makes a power move to the side and now to the front. And it comes to the line to Edvinsson. Now to Johansson. Long shot. That one skips over the crossbar into the corner. And now bouncing puck picked up by Finney. Lays it in behind the net. He is checked along the corner boards. Toffoli out to centers. Celebrini over the blue line. Pass in front to Smith with a chance. And Talbot blocked it with his shoulder. And then gives up no rebound as he freezes that puck top of the goal crease.
He got that shot off there quickly. Will Smith, he was probably about 35 feet back away from that Red Wing goal. He saw it all the way. Cam Talbot, Egamway to save his blocker. It dropped it down, but he quickly smothered it to get his team out of trouble. Best scoring chance of the opening period there for San Jose.
Nice game brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Confidence comes with every card. Pausing the action, 9:42 to play. Scoreless tie in the opening period. This is the Detroit Red Wings radio network, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Why do our members love financing their homes with LMCU?
I can get the best rate at LMCU. I don't have to worry about searching anywhere else.
Our loan officer was on the phone with us every day, making sure he could do whatever he could.
I know our family wouldn't be in the home today if it wasn't for LMCU.
LMCU has helped over 8,000 people buy homes last year. Will you be next? Discover competitive rates, personalized service, and low down payment options at lmcu.org/mortgage. Lauren, Anthony, and Chantel are LMCU members and were compensated for their time. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 442967.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
No score in the hockey game between the Red Wings and the Sharks. Jake Bragdon's our producer tonight. Bill Brooks, been around a long time in the Bay Area. Our engineer, Dustin Fiocco, our host. One power play in the game that belonged to the Red Wings, and the Wings, even though they had pressure in that San Jose zone, could not dent the scoreboard. Now the Wings over the line. Here's DeBrincat with a shot, a wrister from right down the middle. At 25 feet out, fired it wide to the left side of the goal.
So by Marco Castro winning a battle in the neutral zone. Actually lost his stick, but still continuing the battle. The Wings got the puck back, and DeBrincat just did miss, giving Detroit a 1-0 lead.
Ferraro tapped the puck away, and now Smith to handle it and play it out to Celebrini. 2-on-2 over the line, cuts inside on Sider. Sider took him down, and the play continues as it's lifted by the Red Wings out of harm's way and out the center ice.
Just a great defensive play by Maritza at that time, and a very talented young forward Celebrini, but a good job by Mason Appleton getting that back there and taking away the extra man for San Jose.
Now the puck picked up and lifted by Cardwell into the Detroit zone. Now the Wings tap it ahead. Here is Rasmussen lifting it out to the center ice circle. Luka Madulin played it to the Detroit blue line. Van Riemsdyk chipped it to Rasmussen. Carries in over the San Jose blue line. Now moves into the corner. Luka Madulin. They check each other along the corner boards. Van Riemsdyk in there trying to push away at the puck along with Ty Dellandrea. Former Dallas Star forward, Delandria, as they still battle for it in that far corner. To the left side of the Shark goal, Wings come away with it. Elmer Soderblom with a wrister. That one wide of the goal. The rebound comes all the way out to the Detroit blue line.
There's a lot of manpower down that corner. 3 Red Wing forwards off that fourth line, battling hard, but a scoring chance as a result. That's their best shot for the opening period. They quickly head to the bench for a change. Good pace by both teams here in the first period.
The crowd on hand here at the SAP Center on a Sunday night. No score in a hockey game, and now icing is called against San Jose. 7:48 to play here in the opening period. 4 shots on goal by the Red Wings, 3 for San Jose.
Toronto Maple Leafs got a big victory yesterday. Walked into Philadelphia and beat the red-hot Philadelphia 5-2 in Philly, and Philadelphia back home tonight against the struggling Calgary Flames, and no one saw that coming before. The Flames have struggled mightily so far this season.
But John Tavares has a 7-game point streak, 5 goals, 6 assists for 11 points.
And Austin Matthews had a goal and assist last night in that victory on the road against the Flyers, but Tocchet's done a good job back in behind the bench of his former team.
Late change by the Red Wings here, as we've got a penalty called on the play to the San Jose Sharks. Smith is going into the penalty box. Therefore, the Red Wings changing as they put their power play unit out there right now. The call is right here, and could be too many men on the ice maybe against the San Jose Sharks.
Well, that's case Will Smith, not a good penalty killer, otherwise he'd be on the bench, so that might be the problem. But the last thing that the head coach wanted to get is another Red Wing power play. 7:48 left in this opening 20 minutes. Dylan Larkin back out to take the draw for the Wings.
The call, as soon as we get it, kind of surprised everybody, but this Red Wing power play again coming up, their second of the game, brought to you by Carbless, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
As you saw, there was no complaining by Slavkovsky back in behind that San Jose bench, so it must have been too many men. Sharks win the battle and slowly bring it up the center and dump it in.
It's Ty Delandria doing the job for the San Jose Sharks. Sider will scoop it up for the Red Wings. Wings would like to capitalize right here on the man advantage. Second power play of the game for Detroit. Pass over the line, in deep goes Finney, then he pulls up as Larkin and Raymond got it in behind the goal. Raymond checked in along the end boards by Ferraro. In there helping out is Vincent Desharnais. Again, a lot of meat there in behind the goals. They battle for it. Puck finally squirts free, and it's picked up by Delandria, and he'll backhand it and saucer it all the way down the ice.
You hear the coaches talking about winning battles for the puck. Well, Wings just lost one there. It was 3 against 3 Shark players, 3 Red Wing players. Somehow they won that battle and took a lot of time off the clock. Wings still on the power play.
Sider exits the ice as Kopp will pick it up for Detroit. Play around the boards. Marco Kasper throws it into the corner to Berggren. Kopp to Berggren. Stick handling with a puck in the far corner. Slides it in front. Went right through the goal mouth. Almost tipped by the goaltender Nedeljkovic. That was Van Riemsdyk on the doorstep.
Yeah, he liked that one back. James Van Riemsdyk, maybe off the heel of his stick. It changed of direction. Followed well that time with the former Red Wing Nedeljkovic.
I didn't hear the call of the goal, but
Bench minor, you had it right.
Yep, delay of the game. Or too many men on the ice.
Yep. Jonathan Berggren, the centering pass there. Alex Nedeljkovic. He's had a couple of shaky performances for San Jose, but everywhere he's been a very competitive goaltender.
Recently drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes. Came over to Detroit. Well-traveled goaltender in the NHL.
Did he go to Columbus after that?
Yeah, he was all over the place, Paul, and I think every year he ends up with a different team.
Got to give him a credit, though. He just finds a way to be competitive out there. Played well for the Pittsburgh Penguins at times.
Here's Kopp in the slot. Fired it just wide of the corner of the goal. Van Riemsdyk dug it loose. Berggren to the line. Sandin Pellikka. Over to Berggren. High slot. Shoots the puck. Tip out in front by Kopp wide of the goal.
The second unit in the power play. That's been better than the first.
Another tip by Kopp out in front. Red Wings shooting it from the blue line. Looking for the redirection. Sandin Pellikka with a blast. Rebound comes right out in front off the end boards. Nedeljkovic didn't see the original shot, and now the puck driven down the ice by San Jose.
That's why coaches like to have 2 distinct groups on the power play. Because the first group's not doing their job and creating a chance, and you got that second unit, and the second unit has been much better here in the opening period.
Puck down into the corner, and Soderblom will scoop it up. In the slot, Rasmussen stepped into just when he was ready to pull the trigger. Penalty is over, and the Sharks are at full strength. Celebrini got it over the line, makes his way in, a pass across, and it ends up down low. Macklin Celebrini, top of the circle, cuts inside, quick pivot, got the shot away, and blocked in front of Talbot.
He went through, Ken. Talbot made a nice blocker save. What a good play that was by Celebrini.
Toffoli was right on the doorstep right there, and may have bumped the goaltender as well, but Beautiful save right there by Talbot.
I think he doesn't like playing that top line. Tyler Toffoli with Celebrini, the young center iceman. That's his best shift of the opening period.
That was a quick pivot to get him into the shooting position, Celebrini, and now icing is called against San Jose.
He made that play where he gets the puck down low at the goal line, and he comes out towards the blue line. He makes that little turn. He comes back through the high slot. Once he makes that turn, he gets rid of the guy chasing him. All of a sudden, now he's got a clear path to the goal. There was lots of traffic down in front. He let it to go, and a big stop by Cam Talbot.
Yeah, we were talking about Nedeljkovic being a well-traveled goaltender, but when I think of the old Oakland Seals, Gary Suitcase Smith, who played, I think, for almost every team in the National Hockey League, spent a couple of years here with the Oakland Seals.
He's a great, big goaltender. But Norm Ferguson, he was a good hockey player. Just trying to think back where he played the junior hockey, but he was a good player for a long time.
Our guest on the pregame show, 34 goals in his rookie year. Danny Grant was a good player. He won the Calder Trophy that year. Of course, Danny scored 50 goals with the Red Wings. Now look out, a chance right out in front by the defenseman who came right in there, Sam Dickinson. Talbot to save. From the line, a long shot taken from the blue line by Mukamadula. And Talbot to save again.
Got to give San Jose credit. Depleted the lineup, but they're battling hard. Jeff Skinner's out there. He's a veteran guy, over 1,000 games. Played last year for the Edmonton Oilers. That was his first taste of playoff hockey ever in his entire National Hockey League career, as he lost in the Stanley Cup Finals. 1,069 games now for Jeff Skinner.
Every time the Red Wings score a goal this season, it will be a DTE Energy Light the Lamp goal. A timeout here in San Jose, 4:36 to go. Scoreless tie in the opening period. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Hey hockey fans, it's Will Birchfield. Hey, if you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel ever, and it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech. Everything is...
Hello, Detroit! Say Sarah.com. Say Sarah.com. Where you gonna go if you really wanna save on a new or used Chevrolet? What you say? What you say? Say Sarah.com. Say Sarah.com. Who's the #1 Chevrolet volume dealer in all of Michigan, where the customer's #1? Say Sarah.com. Say Sarah.com. S-E-R-R-A. Say Sarah.com.
Together, let's drive.
Hockeytown. The action is always fast, hard-hitting, and unforgettable. And now you can raise your game day experience with carbless handcrafted cocktails. Available right here at Little Caesars Arena, carbless is 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories. So you can keep the energy high from puck drop to the final horn. Whether it's a power play, a big save, or a game-winning goal, celebrate it with the clean, refreshing taste of carbless. Find your bliss tonight at the rink or anytime at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, crafted for
Town Centennial Fan Fest is coming your way this week at Motor City Casino Hotel from November 6th through the 9th. Celebrate 100 years of Red Wings hockey. Tickets going fast. Get yours right now at DetroitRedWings.com/FanFest to get your tickets.
After a slow start, spending most of the time back inside their own blue line, San Jose has woken up offensively and almost did take the lead on Celebrini's previous shift.
I remember several years ago we were coming out to San Jose and didn't have any ice around here. I mean, it was just this place, and that was it. But now they came up with a nice center that's close to town here that has, I believe, 5 or 6 sheets of ice in it.
Well, we got the American League team here down in as well. 3 American League teams in the National Hockey League are here in the state of California. The big face-off coming up to the right of Cam Talbot. Hoping Dylan Larkin will take it.
Red Wings 0 for 2 on the power play in the contest. Red Wings have done a good job staying out of the penalty box. 4 shots by the Red Wings, 6 for the San Jose Sharks. Wings dump it in. Nedeljkovic into the corner for Orlov. Swept it to Smith up the right side. Celebrini backhands it across over the line. A little drop pass, and Orlov with the shot. It was blocked by Appleton. Puck sticked around the boards. Macklin Celebrini got it in the slot to Smith. This shot blocked, rebound into the corner. Orlov in deep. Plays it around the boards to Celebrini. Quick feed in front, intercepting Dylan Larkin. Now he'll lift the puck end over end out to the blue line, and Timothy Liljegren to pick it up for San Jose. Time ticking away in the opening period. 3:35 to go. Both teams in the middle of a change. Sharks attacking left to right in the teal jerseys with the white and black trim. In behind the Red Wing goal, Talbot himself plays it to DeBrincat. Chipped it off to center ice. Now trying to steal is Marco Kasper. He moves it deeper into the corner. DeBrincat, first man to the puck to take it away from Mukamadulin. Marco Kasper in the corner. Centers it out in front. That's off a leg. Now a quick centering attempt from the left side by DeBrincat. Ends up in the corner. DeBrincat shovels it back in the line on the second effort. Here's Johansson. His shot was blocked. Stepped in front of his man trying to get to that puck, Alexander Wenberg, and now he'll take it in behind his own goal. Wenberg giving a couple of chops with a stick, and now Kopp to send that puck rink wide to DeBrincat. DeBrincat pulls up, now feathers it into the corner. Hustling after it in the San Jose zone is Kopp. Laid it back on the line. Sandin Pellikka to Sherratt to Sandin Pellikka. He turns, fires, blocked by Gaudreau. It rolls right to the front of the San Jose goal. Maybe getting a stick on it was JT Comfer, but Nedeljkovic will freeze the puck.
It's a good defensive play by Vincent Desharnais, the big, strong defenseman. 1 assist in 8 games of play, but he tied up the Red Wing forwards' stick, and the puck just rolled slowly to Alex Nedeljkovic, who made an easy glove hand save.
Alex Nedeljkovic, 29 years old, 2-2-1 on the season with an .887 save percentage. His record against Detroit, not bad. 6 career games played against the Wings. His record 4-1-1.
I enjoyed your pregame interview with Norm Ferguson. He was a Montreal Canadian prospect. Spent 2 years actually from Sydney, Nova Scotia, was his hometown, but 2 years playing for the Montreal Junior Canadiens.
Scotty Bowman was the coach there, wasn't he?
That's back in the days when they owned your rights, and once they had your rights, they didn't have to give them up, and you'd be their property for as many years as you played for him. So he was one of the guys that went to the Oakland Seals in the expansion draft and scored 34 goals in his first season.
Puck is in the corner now on the Red Wing end. Comfort trying to go after the puck for the Red Wings. Now along the boards, still deep in the corner. There's been a lot of work in the corners in the first period. What Red Wings come away with it, Sherratt. Out the center, Berggren to dump it off the right wing boards into the corner, and now they're saying it's an icing call, and that was close.
That's kind of small plays you just got to make, and again, Jonathan Berggren, he's helped the lineup. He's been good in that third line with Comfer and Andrew Kopp, but you've got to make sure you're over center ice and dumping in. Tell you what, Ryan Slavkovsky, the head coach of San Jose, has got to be pretty well pleased with his team, the way they're playing against the Red Wings, and they weathered the storm for the first 10 minutes, and all of a sudden now they're starting to come on a little bit more offensively.
Well, back in the day, the Oakland Seals used to play at the old Cow Palace. Did you ever play there or call a game there?
I think we called a game there. I think Bruce Martin and I called a game there. Yeah, we called it once. It was nice to see. We wouldn't want to do too many games from there.
Puck shot over the sideboards and into the crowd. They used to have the old Oakland, I think the Oakland Coliseum they used to call it. Not the football stadium, but the hockey arena.
They used to say back in those days, the players, the Oakland Seals, they wanted to get on the road. They didn't want to play at home. They liked the place they were playing in better on the road. But Charlie Finley was the owner of the team, actually, the Oakland Seals in 1967 when they got that expansion franchise. And he didn't take it too serious, I don't think.
They used to have a fan. I don't know what his name was. I have to get it, but I think it was Crazy George or something like that. And he used to take a drum into the old Oakland Coliseum and bang that drum and get the fans all riled up. Crowd favorite for many, many years at the old Oakland Coliseum.
Back then, the expansion draft isn't the way it is right now. Right now, the NHL makes sure the team coming in, the Vegas Golden Knights, has a very competitive team the first year. Not the case back in those days. They just gave you probably the worst teams they had, worst players they had in their organization.
Minute and a half to go. Here's Raymond now cutting in, and he shot it just wide to the right goal post. Made a good power move to the front of the goal. Rebound off the end board, skips up the right side. Celebrini got it ahead, and out the center ice. Orlov following up with the play, bounced it to the front of the goal. Talbot blocked it.
Dylan Larkin's on the doorstep for that rush by Lucas Raymond. That could have easily bounced off his stick. If he does, the Wings probably have a 1-0 lead.
Larkin flips it into the air in front of the San Jose players bench. 50 seconds to go in the opening period. No score in the hockey game. There's John Klingberg, the former Dallas defenseman, rolling that puck around the boards into the far corner in the Wings' end.
He was one time their best offensive defenseman, John Klingberg, but he's had some injury problems. I think it's taken his toll. He's definitely not the same player. Here comes the Wings.
Rasmussen, but Ferraro stepped in front of him to tap it around the boards to Klingberg.
Took an odd-man rush away from the Red Wings. That's a great play by the defenseman Ferraro.
Brings Rasmussen again to dump it in behind the net. Nedeljkovic looks over his left shoulder, throws it to Klingberg in the corner. Outlets it ahead, right side for Wenberg, tapping it out to center ice. Ferraro to dump it in behind the Red Wing goal. 10 seconds to go in the period. Quick feed comes out to center. Appleton knocked down off balance. He gets up quickly though, and now it's picked up again by Kurashev. He fires it right to the front of the goal. Talbot the save, and the first period comes to a close here in California. Both teams with 6 shots on goal, and neither team able to score in the opening period. Red Wings had 2 power plays, were 0 for 2, and the Red Wings did a good job staying out of the penalty box in the first 20 minutes.
And again, it's a bit of a surprise for San Jose. If you think back, yesterday they beat probably the best team in hockey, just 1 regulation loss, the Colorado Avalanche. They beat them in sudden death overtime, so it's a team that can compete on a high level. And we saw that in the opening period. The Wings controlled probably the first 8 to 10 minutes, but after that, San Jose got some confidence and played better, and they forced Cam Talbot to make a couple of key stops as well.
A lot of scrums around the corner boards. Both teams pinning that puck in along the boards. Time coming off the clock, and both teams trying to dig that puck free.
There's plenty of time left in this one. The Wings had some good moments in that opening period, and just got to come out now. I don't think they probably got as much done in their first 2 power plays of a hockey game, and the second unit was probably the best of the group for the power play for the Red Wings. So that top unit in the power play, to get the next chance, they got to get some better chances.
First period, shots on goal again brought to you by the Macomb Group, the leader between the pipes for all of your industrial pipe needs. 6 shots on goal by both of these 2 clubs in the opening period, and again, we're scoreless after 20 minutes.
I think that Casper line probably was the best of 5-on-5 with the break-it and Mason Appleton. We got 1 or 2 good shifts just by Rasmussen and Van Riemsdyk and Soderblom, the 4th line late in that opening period, but that top line centered by Larkin and the 3rd line with Comfer, Bergman, and Kopp got to pick up the pace now in periods number 2 and 3.
Hey, fans, hang out with Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond at A Night at the Fox this Saturday night, November the 8th. Learn all about the history of Hockey Town, hear iconic stories from these 2 legends. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/Fox event to score your tickets today. Glad you're staying up late with us for this hockey game from San Jose, California. Again, no score after 20 minutes of play. Dustin Fiocco is coming up next. He's in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
Shop Meijer and get a head start on your gifting list with early holiday deals. There's something for everyone. Yankee Candle large jars are 40% off. Get 20% off select Lego City and Friends building sets. Select board games like Clue or Scrabble are just $15 each. And Element 40-inch smart TVs are 50% off. Save a good deal more on the gifts they can't get enough of at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
All right, guys, who brought the boring, overpriced food to the tailgates? Deal, deal! Little Caesars Dill Deer here. Try cheesesteak Crazy Puffs for only $3.99 instead. With delicious sliced steak and onions, they'll still to show at every tailgate. Ha-ha! These taste legit! You should come to every tailgate, Deal Deer. Oof, I'll be honest, I don't do tailgates. Too many headlights. For a limited time this NFL season, order cheesesteak Crazy Puffs for only $3.99. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
Plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your Sunday tailgate and your parking lot snack bar. Your lucky jersey, your chairs, and your big cooler fit perfectly in your even bigger cargo space. And when it's go time, your 11.3-inch diagonal touchscreen's got the playbook, the playlist, and the tech to stay ahead. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox. Chevrolet, the official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Thanks for calling the Macomb Group.
Hey, I'm looking for a half-inch quick response, 155-degree, 5.6K chrome pendant sprinkler.
No problem. We have plenty of Victaulic V2708 155s in stock.
What you're hearing is not an alien encounter. It's called FireFab, the language of fire fabrication services. And at the Macomb Group, we speak it fluently. Call us at 833-PIPE-USA when you need an expert who speaks your language. Or go to MacombGroup.com. The Macomb Group. We speak FireFab, and we're built to say yes.
Dustin Fiocco from inside the 1-800-CALL SAM studio. Red Wings looking for their first win after having their 3-game win streak broken on Friday. Meanwhile, San Jose looks to make it a 3-game win streak of their own. It's their second of a back-to-back, and right now we have a scoreless hockey game. One period is in the books in San Jose, and let's chat about it. Red Wings, early on in this game, creating some good chances in that first period. An early trip on the power play helped aid to that. Talking about streaks, Detroit having a good streak, scoring on the man advantage recently. First power play for Detroit looks sharp, just unable to get anything past their former Red Wing goaltender, Alex Nedeljkovic. Detroit actually finishing the period 0 for 2 on power plays, creating some chances, just unable to get anything scored. Cam Talbot, though, however, he is standing tall for Detroit as well. It's been a very even hockey game through 20 minutes. The numbers certainly reflect that. You look on the shot total, both the Red Wings and the Sharks have 6 on net, and both goaltenders perfect thus far. Defenses keeping their goalies, for the most part, worry-free. We'll see who cracks first, though. Red Wings definitely having more favorable chances, though, with the power play. 0 for 2, a couple chances there, but they've also played clean hockey, keeping out of the penalty box themselves. San Jose yet to have a crack on the man advantage. This is one area where the Red Wings, though, are doing much better than San Jose. That's the face-off battle. Detroit's won 12. Sharks have only won 4 face-offs, and Detroit a bit more physical. Neither team hitting that much, but Red Wings out hitting them 3-2. Those are the numbers. A couple of non-numbers, though. 0-0 on the scoreboard. It is a scoreless tie after 20 minutes out in Sharks territory. Still a pair of periods to come. But up next, the Red Wings, they have their fair share of youth on this team, no doubt about it. But they've also got some veteran presence. We'll hear from one of those vets next, and we'll hear that right here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
This fall, check out the spectacular lease offers at Jack Denver Ford. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 36-month lease on a 2025 F-150 Super Crew Hybrid 4x4 for $329 a month with $3,179 due at signing with no security deposit required. Includes $2,250 in open trade assist and $1,000 in RCL cash and $1,000 in renewal conquest cash. Hurry, offer ends November 3rd. Visit jdenverford.com to discover the Denver difference at Jack Denver Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
On January 2nd, outdoor hockey is coming to South Florida as the Panthers face off against the Rangers in the Discover NHL Winter Classic. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the fun and ring in the new year with an outdoor NHL game in Miami. It's a showdown in the Sunshine State. Adam Fox and the Rangers, Matthew Tkachuk and the Panthers. The Discover NHL Winter Classic. Get your tickets today.
Dangle, Snipe, and Selly. Keep your car sparkling clean and wash all you want starting at just $20 a month at any Clean Express Auto Wash. Or be like Al and enjoy 4 times the shine and 4 times the protection with our Ceramic 4 Ultra Unlimited Wash Club membership for just $40. Wash twice a month and it pays for itself. Do you drive clean? The Detroit Red Wings do. For locations, hours, or to buy online, visit cleanexpresswash.com today. Go Red Wings!
Pella Window and Door Replacement is a proud sponsor of the Detroit Red Wings. Visit Pella.com to learn more.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Everything is better on ice.
It scores through the legs. He's done.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Sam Studio. We've got a pair of goose eggs on the board in San Jose. It is a 0-0 tie between the Wings and the Sharks. And earlier today, we had some Red Wings speak to the media. Detroit, it has its fair share of youth and experience on this hockey team. And one of those veteran presences we have on this team is in the form of James Van Riemsdyk. Earlier today, he did speak with the media. Here's what he had to say.
Michael and Elmer has seemed to be pretty productive lately. What's been clicking?
Yeah, I think for us, I think we just got to continue to play to our strengths, and that's getting in on the forecheck and being very just predictable in the offensive zone. I think when we play below the goal line and play a lot behind the net, I think it became a lot for the other teams to handle. So I think just playing that cycle game and really leaning into that, I think, was what's going to allow us to be a productive line.
How much of it is kind of learning each other? I know you're a veteran player, but learning how to play alongside 2 new players.
Yeah, no, that's always part of it. I think just just getting on the same wavelength as far as when it's time to just extend a play to keep it alive, or when it's time to maybe make a play that's not a losing play, if that makes any sense. Or when it's time to try to win a battle and skate out with the puck. So I think those, especially on the cycle, I think all those little nuances are different, because it changes whether you're trying to kind of play in a more defensive spot on the ice, or maybe you're trying to be an outlet to release the puck, to relieve pressure, to hang on to the offensive zone time, or if you're trying to be in a scoring area for that. So all those little things, and they're all subtle and kind of different decisions you're making all throughout your shift. But I think if we continue to get better at some of that, I think we can take it to another level.
From our perspective, we've seen Elmer's game take a step over the last few games. What stood out about him to you?
Yeah, I actually remember watching him when he was playing in the World Juniors, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, whatever it was, and this giant playing at the net front, and had really good hands for a guy his size, and moved really well for a guy his size. So I think that combination that he has is pretty impressive. Again, you're never really going to look as fast as you actually are when you're that tall, but he moves up and down the ice really well. He's a really powerful skater, and that's definitely a big strength of his. So it's been good to play with him, and I think, again, as we continue to develop that chemistry, I think our line can continue to get better.
I have one more for you, just about Dylan Larkin. I think fans know the impact that he's had on this team. What are some of the things that maybe fans can't see that's impressed you about Dylan?
Yeah, I mean, he's, again, I've only been here for maybe a month or so, but he seems like that guy that's like a heartbeat of the team. Just obviously his play speaks for itself, but he's just a guy who just kind of brings everyone into the fight. Definitely an emotional player, and obviously I've gotten a chance to play with him a little bit at some USA Hockey stuff, and always had high regard for him, and just to get the chance to play with him and see him more on a day in, day out basis, you're even more impressed just with how he carries himself, and what he means to the team, and just how he leads the team. So yeah, it's been really impressive to see that all day today.
And that right there was James Van Riemsdyk speaking to the media earlier today. That interview brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. And with that being said, we'll see what kind of goods the Red Wings can deliver in that second period. That's coming your way shortly. We have a pair of zeros on the board out in San Jose. Sharks and Red Wings knotted up at a scoreless hockey game. Up next, we'll have a fresh batch of 20 minutes to play. We'll also check in on your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll be doing that right here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health.
We are Henry.
Hate's a strong word, but if you bought your home or refinanced in the last few years, you probably don't love your monthly mortgage payment. Well, rates have finally dropped and refis are back. So don't wait another day to connect with your local home loan expert at mortgagematchup.com. They'll work with you on a personalized refi plan that can help you save money now and for years to come. Don't hate your rate. Refi now. Go to mortgagematchup.com. Powered by United Wholesale Mortgage LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 3038. Licensed in all 50 states and the District of Columbia.
Hey, hockey fans, get ready to launch your game day experience to another dimension with New Holland Brewery's family of beers, available here at Little Caesars Arena. Whether it's their top-selling Tangerine Space Machine IPA or the legendary Dragon's Milk Stout, New Holland has you covered. Proudly brewed in Holland, Michigan, you can find New Holland beers available throughout the arena and featured at the New Holland Bar on the upper concourse across from Portal 56. Let's go Wings!
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
Save time every time when you use online check-in for a great haircut at Great Clips, proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Download our app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Dustin Fiocco back inside the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. We have played 20 minutes in San Jose. Red Wings, Sharks, each of them scoreless. We will see what team can bust open that scoreless tie first. Fingers crossed it is the Red Wings. But we do have a little bit of a light day of action in the NHL today. A handful of finals, a couple games currently underway. At this time, we are going to run through those games as we check in on your out-of-town scoreboard. That is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, own the dream. We're going to start off looking at Tampa Bay as they hand Utah the loss 4-2. The Lightning right behind Detroit in the standings of the Atlantic Division. And they are riding high, playing some really good hockey. They've now won 5 in a row, currently sitting at 14 points on the season. Meanwhile, the Islanders, they come out on top of the Blue Jackets 3-2. Matthew Schaefer, he gets a couple of goals in the win. The Isles, they are near the bottom of that Metropolitan, having only 13 points on the season, but they are starting to make a little more noise now, winning 2 straight. A couple of games currently underway. Calgary up on Philly 1-0. That game through 2 periods. Dustin Wolf not challenged a lot through 40 minutes. 9 of 9 of saves for Calgary. He's making the most of it, though. Perfect on the night thus far. And meanwhile, after 1, the Ducks, who just beat the Red Wings, they lead 2-0 over the Devils. A couple of good hockey teams this season. Jake Allen letting a pair of goals slip past him as the Ducks hold that 2-goal lead. There is no lead, however, in San Jose as the Red Wings and the Sharks, they are tied up at 0-all. We've played 20 minutes. We've got another 20 coming your way next. Second period coming up in just a tick. We'll get you back out to San Jose. Ken Cal and Paul Woods, they're standing by right here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Well, the Red Wings and the San Jose Sharks are making their appearance out onto the ice surface. Not much really going on in that opening period. Both teams had 6 shots on goal, and then each team had one taken off the board. So both teams with 5 shots on goal with 40 minutes yet to be played.
You know, really, Ken, I think about if the coaching staff of the San Jose Sharks, you're happy with the opening period to win. You think about it, you were shorthanded twice in that period and weren't on the power play once. So the Wings had 6 shots on goal, 3 of them by Marco Kasper. So a lot of guys got to get it going here, spend more time in the offensive zone, and get some good scoring chance on Alex Develkovic, the Red Wing goaltender.
Mo Seider leading the way with time of play in that first period, 7 minutes, 23 seconds, 7:11 for Simon Edvinsson, but Wenberg played a lot for San Jose in that first 20 minutes.
It's a lot for a center iceman. Again, they're down to 11 of forwards, but 8:28 for Alexander Ferraro back from blue line, 7:39. Then Celebrini had 6:19, and he was probably the most dangerous of forward. Had a couple of chances, but good saves by Ken Talbot.
Red Wings opened this 5-game road trip with a win in St. Louis. Then they beat the Kings in a shootout, lost the last game 5-2, and scoreless here in this hockey game with 40 minutes yet to be played. Red Wings end their 5-game road trip Tuesday night with a game against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, will not take it easy as this road trip continues. That will be a battle. That's one of the better teams in the Western Conference, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Switch ends for the start of the second period. Red Wings attired in the white jerseys with the red numerals, red trim. They're attacking left to right. Wenberg in for the face-off circle for the Sharks. Larkin wins it cleanly. Second period underway. Fresh sheet of ice as Travis Hamonic will dump it into the right circle in the San Jose zone. Orlov, watched by Raymond, who picked his pocket, moves in behind the goal into the corner to the blue line. Johansson got a shot away, got through to the goaltender. Nedeljkovic, he made the save.
Seems like a routine stop. It's a smart play by Alex Nedeljkovic. Lots of traffic in the vicinity. Let that puck come through to his body. Did not give up the rebound. Couple of Red Wings on the doorstep looking for that. New York Islanders picked up a victory tonight at home ice. 3-2 over the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Last place right now in the Metropolitan Division. Coming in with 11 points. Now they pick up 2, so they have 13.
Every team, though, above 500, including the New York Islanders, and you win a couple of games, you move up. Look at Tampa Bay. They were dead last in the Atlantic Division. They've won 5 consecutive games. That's got themselves up now to 3rd place in the Atlantic, behind the Red Wings and Montreal.
Wings with the face-off. Travis Hamonic floats it in behind the Shark goal. Larkin bumped it into the corner. Finney with a feed in front, tapping it towards the front of the goal. Raymond knocked away by Nedeljkovic. Now Celebrini out to center ice, had it knocked away off his stick by Finney. Following up on the play, it's shot into the Detroit zone by the Sharks.
And more good work by Finney in the offensive zone. Unfortunately, Lucas Raymond didn't get much on that shot.
Big hit in the corner. That was Toffoli who tried to lay out Johansson. Toffoli slowly making his way over to the bench. Down the ice, Raymond with a shot in close along the right side, but Nedeljkovic will make that glove hand save.
That Albert Johansson's deceiving. You look at him, he doesn't look like he's that big and he's not that strong, but he just seems the ability to win the battles for the puck. And all of a sudden, after a very shaky start in the first game of the season against Montreal, he and Travis Hamonic have become a reliable third pair. Head coach Todd McClellan.
Heard from Dustin Fiocco the update about scores around the National Hockey League. Anaheim with a 2-0 lead over New Jersey. New Jersey had an 8-game win streak, and they're struggling a little bit right now, but I was impressed with that Anaheim team. They've got some good, solid talent, young players on that club.
And the New Jersey Devils off to a good start, 18 points. They sit atop that Metropolitan Division, tied with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Another shot this time by Sider, and another save and a rebound by Alex Nedeljkovic.
Red Wings controlling the play in the first minute of this second period. Again, face off to the left of Nedeljkovic. Kasper in the middle. DeBrincat and Appleton. Kasper directing traffic as he will take the draw against Alexander Wenberg.
Yeah, the puck's starting to follow him around the ice now, Marco Kasper, like he did last year, and he was an outstanding player on that top line with DeBrincat, second line rather, with DeBrincat and Kane. Good job, won by Kasper.
DeBrincat got the shot away. Wide of the goal. Now Skinner will tap that puck up the right wing boards. This one travels all the way down the ice and an icing call against San Jose. So the Red Wings winning those face-offs in the offensive zone, getting some shots, but that last one was wide of the goal.
Then again, Kurashev, the young forward, actually lost his stick on that play, so he's back there with no stick in his hands. They got a break. It's an icing call, and it took the pressure off the San Jose Sharks.
Kasper against Wenberg again, this time in the other circle, far circle in the San Jose end.
He played for Columbus Blue Jackets. I think he played out in Seattle for a while. That's Alexander Wenberg, but he had a very strong opening period of play.
Now here is Kasper stealing the puck. I think that DeBrincat tried to feed it out in front, broken up by the Sharks. And quickly the Wings head back over the line. That's Kasper dumping it in. Into the right corner, it's poked along the boards by Klingberg. Wings intercept, tap it behind the net. Wenberg on his backhand rolls it high off the glass. It's knocked away by Edvinsson deeper into the corner. Now long stretch pass off the stick of Wenberg. Now into the Red Wing zone. Centers it out in front for Skinner. Last coming in and a blocked shot by Edvinsson. He's feeling that. And DeBrincat from center to bounce it to the side of Alex Nedeljkovic.
That was a long stretch pass by San Jose, and Wenberg hands that to Cleany. It was a 2-on-1 break coming up for the Sharks.
Block shot by Edvinsson, who's at the end of the Red Wing bench. I think he's okay, but kind of stung him a little bit as the feed comes out in front of the Detroit goal. Now Cardwell to dump that puck around the boards. Nobody there for the Sharks, and Kopp will poke it to the San Jose blue line. No score in the hockey game as we are in the second period. 17:43 to go. Winding it up, Dellandrea over the blue line. He got a shot away, and that's deflected off the stick of Kopp and out of play.
Well, the game's still underway right now. Philadelphia, for coming out that 5-2 loss last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Home again tonight. They're losing 1-0 to the Calgary Flames, and the Flames, probably one of the most disappointing teams in that Western Conference. They actually tied for the final playoff spot last year, lost on the tiebreak. A lot of people thought they'd be better during the off this season, but the Calgary Flames have not had solid goaltending all season long. Their young netminder, who was the third, I think, in the Calder Trophy, voting for Team's top rookie, Dustin Wall, has not been the same. The goaltender, and the Flames have struggled because of that.
Kept only 2 wins this season for the Calgary Flames.
Lots of trade rumors around them, and a lot of them are centered around the veteran center iceman, Nazem Kadri, the former Toronto Maple Leaf center.
Wings dump it into the Shark zone. They wave the icing off as Desharnais taps it to Celebrini. Now it's handed back and out to center ice. That's Barclay Goodrow getting it out to center. Wings chip it in front of the penalty box, and now it's worked by Van Riemsdyk down low. Rasmussen cuts inside and lost the handle of it. Scooping it up is Dickinson. Watching him closely is Van Riemsdyk as he plays it in behind the goal to Vincent Desharnais. Desharnais out to center ice, flips it forward. Goodrow to tap it into the Red Wing zone. Cutting out in front of his own goal, that is Johansson, Red Wing defenseman. Lays it over the line to Dylan Larkin. Left circle, moving in with a shot, it's blocked. Rebound into the high slot. And out to center ice. Sticked up across the blue line by Timothy Liljegren into the corner. Hamonic drops it back. Liljegren with a hit on Hamonic in behind the Detroit net. Red Wings settle it down, taking their time, getting it out of the zone. Larkin pitched it out to the Shark blue line. Wenberg swings it over to Liljegren. Out to center ice, off the stick of Will Smith for a moment. Liljegren follows up, gets it over the line. Here's Wenberg into the slot. Will Smith with a chance. That's partially deflected and wide to the left side of the goal. Wenberg is checked along the boards by Hamonic, and Hamonic's going to get a penalty here as the play is whistled down in the Detroit end.
He was battling hard at that time. Good job by San Jose. Protect that puck in the offensive zone, but Hamonic definitely got that stick down low and tripped them up. And San Jose will now be enjoying their first power play of the game.
Detroit number 52, 2-minute minor tripping.
So Hamonic gets the gate at 3:53. And the first power play of the game for San Jose coming up. And the first penalty kill for the Red Wings, brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same: we can.
Keep an eye on Celebrini now. They're actually pretty good in the power play. 9 power play goals, 42 opportunities so far this season.
Red Wings have allowed 5 power play goals this season. Red Wings in the top 10, both power play and penalty kill, entering tonight's game against the Sharks.
I actually take it back. I don't think that was a good call on Travis Hamonic. He didn't trip him up. He used his hand. He pushed it on his back. Celebrini went down.
Right, Sharks set it up high. Past Celebrini, works it down low. Smith sent it right through the goal mouth. They were looking for a tip in front. Now Klingberg at the middle of the blue line. To Celebrini, left face-off circle. To Klingberg. Up high, right circle feed. Klingberg, now to Celebrini, right circle feed, read beautifully by Detroit, broken up, but they fail to clear. The Wings do, now chipped up the boards, and picking it up, Comfort dumping it down the ice.
It was Andrew Kopp, a very good read defensively back in his own zone. He dropped it back down off his defenseman and broke up that cross-ice pass. If it gets through, probably a grade A scoring chance for the Sharks, who quickly come back to the neutral zone.
Celebrini on the attack into the Red Wing end, dumping it into the corner. Appleton overskated the puck, but following up is Michael Rasmussen to clear it out of harm's way and into the San Jose zone. John Klingberg skating backwards out towards the blue line, drops it to the trailer. Macklin Celebrini through the Shark logo at center. Up over the line, attacking right to left, goes after the puck behind the Red Wing goal. Johansson got there first, pitched it to Sider, who rolls it out to center ice.
And the hard-working forward, Mason Appleton's out there, and causes a turnover. Here comes Michael Rasmussen.
Pass left circle, a one-time shot by Appleton, and Nedeljkovic made the save. So the Red Wings, a good opportunity, shorthanded.
That's a good sign, the Wings as well. Not seeing Dylan Larkin out there with Lucas Raymond all the time, killing off the other team's power play and getting guys in the different lines, keeps them involved in the game, but it gives our top unit a little bit of a break on the bench.
And the Red Wings doing a pretty good job of reading those passes in the slot area in front of the Red Wing netminder Cam Talbot.
Just got to focus, and again, you're not quite sure where that puck going. You got to read that play. Andrew Koppa did a couple of good defensive plays, as you described. And boy, that Mason Appleton, what a versatile player he's become for the Red Wings.
He's got that patented shot where he falls down when he shoots the puck, and he's been successful a couple times.
Lots of leverage on him. You drop down like that.
Puck knocked away from Kurashev, comes all the way out to center ice. Sharks have to regroup there. 20 seconds to go in the Shark power play. No score in the hockey game. 14:25 to play second period.
Good job them Red Wing penalty kill. The puck is in deep. The Sharks have control behind the Red Wing net.
Kurashev played it back to Orlov at the left point. Dmitry Orlov, left circle feed down low. Kurashev with a shot in front. Save made Talbot. Rebound. Kopp uses the left wing glass to feather it all the way down the ice. Hamonic is on. He skates over to the Red Wing bench, and the Wings are at full strength.
And low shot totals on both sides. That's 10 now for the Red Wings, 8 for the San Jose Sharks. The defense the name of the game so far in this contest.
Orlov through center ice, across the red line to dump it into the left corner in the Detroit end. Emmett Finney jammed it up the wing. Held in, tipped in the high slot by Barclay Goodrow. The shot came from the blue line by Sam Dickinson. A long redirection. Now the Sharks swing after it in the left face-off circle. Delandria shoots, blocked. Rebound off the end boards. Talbot taking no chances. And now Goodrow being wrestled and thrown off the body of Sider as the linesmen separate those two.
And again, Workowski's done a good job back in behind that bench. The second year for him as the head coach. Brian Wiseman, one of the assistants. And how about Doug Huda, former Red Wing assistant coach for many years. He is another coach back in behind the bench, and they've done a good job, this San Jose team.
Tonight's second period brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group, Jack Demmer Ford, and Jack Demmer Lincoln. Discover the Demmer difference. Pausing the action, 13:31 to go. We are in the second period tonight in San Jose. No score in the contest. We'll be back with more in a moment. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
All right, guys, who brought the boring, overpriced food to the tailgate? Little Caesars Deal Deer here. Try cheesesteak crazy puffs for only $3.99 instead. With delicious sliced steak and onions, they'll steal the show at every tailgate. Oh, these taste legit! You should come to every tailgate, Deal Deer. Oof, I'll be honest, I don't do tailgates. Too many headlights. For a limited time this NFL season, order cheesesteak crazy puffs for only $3.99. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza. Plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Meijer. Meijer is the official grocer of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Big penalty kill for the Red Wings. Not really dangerous. San Jose. Scoreless tie, second period. DeBrincat pushed it over, right side. Casper with a backhand. Sharp angle shot, right side of the ice on target. Nedeljkovic the save. Now sent right out in front from the corner. The Red Wing player DeBrincat looking for a tip in front, and in the goal crease, Nedeljkovic the save.
And that second line, led by Marco Casper, I think has been the best so far for Todd McClellan. They spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. That was smart to play again by DeBrincat. And Mason Applin deflected. Nedeljkovic had it read perfectly and made a nice save.
Well, the Red Wings have some home games coming up in the month of November, and after this 5-game road trip, which will end in Vegas on Tuesday, a couple original 6 teams coming in, the Rangers and the Chicago Blackhawks.
Emmett Finney remains in second place in rookie scoring. He's got 8 points in the season, 2 less than Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens, who has 10 to lead all rookie scorers. Matthew Schaefer, the Islanders, they won that today. He's got 8 points back on the blue line, 3 goals and 5 assists for the Islanders.
Sherrod held it in for a moment. Now Graff to tap it ahead, but it's off the stick of Casper. Down low, Dellandrea going after the puck in behind the Red Wing goal. Again, they pin that puck in along the boards. There's been quite a few of those battles here in the hockey game. Scoreless tie, 12:50 to play in the second period.
Marco Casper back in deep behind the goal line, helping out the 2 defensemen. Win a battle back there, and the Wings win the battle. Casper picks it up and dumps it into the neutral zone.
How do you like that? All that hard work, and Casper comes away with a puck. Now here is DeBrincat with a shot. A wrister, blocker saved by Nedeljkovic in goal.
Can't break with Mason Applin, tried to pass it across and gave it away. Here come the Sharks. They dump it in from center.
And Graff dumping it into the corner from center ice, and now it's capped around the boards near side, and Appleton took a chop at it off the leg of Ferraro deeper into the corner. Edvinsson skates out towards center ice now. Flips it over the line to Appleton off his stick. Ferraro trying to dig it loose, tapped it forward. Celebrini out the center. Now up the left side, Giles in over the Detroit line to play it behind the Red Wing goal. Barclay Goodrow tapping it to the right point. Held in there by Mukamadulin. Along the boards, Van Riemsdyk checked by Mukamadulin, but now it's Sider tapping it out to center ice, and the Wings will chip it up across the Shark blue line. Look out, here they come back the other way. Giles over the line, pass out in front for Goodrow, and he was covered. And the Red Wings will pop it out to the center ice circle.
If you like defensive hockey, this is definitely your game. Wings have 13 shots, San Jose 7, still a scoreless tie.
Not many odd man opportunities in the game thus far, as it's lifted now by Kurashev.
We know that was a message of the San Jose coaching staff before the hockey game.
Top banked it off the boards, out to center ice. Red Wings on the attack. Fairgrip watched by 4 San Jose players. Now dug loose. Skinner tapping it to the Red Wing line, intercepting Hamonic. Rolls it up across the line. Now here's JT Comfer with a shot. Nedeljkovic juggled it. Made the save, and he will freeze that puck along the ice with a glove hand.
Red Wings had a forward coming down that left side. There was Andrew Kopp. A good defensive coverage again by San Jose after Nedeljkovic made the first save.
Dallas Stars dropped 2 straight games, both of those games in overtime. So even though they lost, they did pick up a couple of points.
They're a good team. They got Matt Duchene still on the injured list. Jamie Benn's not played all season long. Those 2 forwards come back in. It's going to be a dangerous team again in that very good Central Division. Winnipeg Jets fit that same description as well. Colorado Avalanche, Dallas Stars.
And again, the Jets, one of the better teams in save percentage, the top team in goaltender save percentage.
Connor Hellebuck, just another outstanding season. Just wait till they get Adam Lowry, their captain, back. He's missed the entire season. When he gets back in that lineup, watch out for Winnipeg Jets. That's a team that could win the Stanley Cup championship.
Sharks now pick it up. Wenberg dropped it into the corner, going after Kopp. Forces him in along the boards, comes into the slot. Berggren turns and fires off a skate. Now it's centered right through the goal mouth, intended for Comfer from Kopp, and he couldn't get to it. Long shot from the blue line by Sherratt, knocked away by Nedeljkovic. Skinner gets the feed at the center ice circle, backhands it over the line. Kurashev turns away from traffic, drops it to the trailer. Celebrini poked off the puck by Finney with that long reach. And the Wings tap it down the ice. Here's Larkin picking it up 2-on-1. Larkin moves in. He shoots Nedeljkovic, the save. And the rebound picked up by Smith. Rolls it to Orlov, who will flip it about 30 feet in the air over the Red Wing blue line.
That was perfectly played by the San Jose defenseman. He stayed in the middle of the last second. He let Dylan Larkin take the shot. The goaltender concentrated on him and made a big save.
Then he turned it over to Smith, and he lays it in behind Toffoli. And he didn't see it. And the puck is played by Detroit to the line. Celebrini read it, holds it in. Now off the stick of Smith and charging out the center. Here's Johansson over the blue line. Left circle, shoots the puck. Nedeljkovic, the save. And the rebound. Celebrini comes back. They're trading chances right now. Here's Celebrini over the line. Pass to Smith in front. Too far in front, rolls into the corner. Celebrini hops on the loose puck outside rim of the right circle, the wing zone. Flips it across now to Liljegren. Chasing it down, Liljegren played it to the blue line. Ferraro shot tipped in front by Toffoli and over the crossbar.
2 big saves by Alex Nedeljkovic. The first one on the Red Wings off the rush. That was Dylan Larkin. The second was actually the better save. Albert Johansson just off the outside of the pad. The Wings were that close to taking a 1-goal lead.
Delandria with a feed in front and a heads-up play by Sider to deflect it away. Sharks hold it in. Delandria right face-off circle. Behind the back feed, moving in. A shot taken wide of the goal. Now they dig it loose. That was Cardwell who took the shot that time. Down low. Graff fires the puck. That one off a stick to the far wing. DeBrincat spun around. Delandria checked by Sider in behind the Detroit net. Solid body check by Mo Sider. Wings chip it out to center ice. Casper hands it off to DeBrincat. 1-on-1 over the blue line. Cuts wide into the corner. Ridden off the puck there. Body checked by Vincent Desharnais.
What time and space of premium.
Now Casper comes away with it. Tried to move it out in front. Knocked away by the goaltender, Nedeljkovic.
Roach is forechecking here by the Red Wings. Trying to get the first goal of the hockey game, but a clean breakout by the Sharks.
8.5 to go. Second period. Scoreless tie. Temple picking up a little bit now as Kopp will skate with a puck in his own zone and drops it back to Sandin Pellikka to Berggren at center. His pass off the skate of Ferraro deflects deeper into the Detroit end. Wings attacking left to right. Sandin Pellikka flips it in over the blue line. Bouncing puck, Berggren tapped it over to Kopp. Off his stick and Gaudreau steering it out to center ice. Following up, Klingberg. Pass over on the right side, moving in Gaudreau. Drops it off. Weak shot taken by Giles. That one ends up to the side of the goal. And now shoveled back to the blue line. Drive taken. It's loose on the doorstep. Talbot made the save. That shot from the blue line by Sam Dickinson. Dickinson, another shot. This is blocked. Red Wing player Kopp broke his stick. Pass across. Talbot made the save as Barclay Gaudreau from the bottom of the right circle tried to score for San Jose.
A lot of pressure right there by San Jose. One good save as you described. The second one even better as he dove out. He saw Kopp had no stick. Dove out and got that loose puck. Smart play by Cam Talbot to get his team out of trouble.
Andrew Kopp in no man's land there with the broken stick. Good save by Talbot. We've got a timeout. 7:40 to go. Second period. Temple picking up now. No score in the hockey game. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
If you're looking for a meaningful career with lots of room to grow, both professionally and personally, consider UWM. We're one of the largest companies in Michigan, big enough to offer impactful roles in a wide range of specialties. But you'll also find a community of fellow team members ready to welcome, train, and support you. So no matter what stage you're at in your career, you'll find your fit at UWM. Check out UWMcareers.com and apply today.
Red Wings fans, get in the game at Dunham Sports to find great savings in every aisle. Since 1937, Dunham's has been bringing Red Wing fans the best values on the brand name sporting goods you want. Dunham's has your favorite brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Champion, Carhartt, Titleist, Bauer, Spalding, Warrior, Nordic Track, and many more at prices that are hard to beat. Get in the game and save at any of the 70 Michigan Dunham Sports locations.
Period, snaps the scoreless tie, 1-0 Red Wings. 19 shots by Detroit, 9 for San Jose. Red Wings have controlled most of the period. Delkovich pumping it around the boards. Appleton blocked it with his body. Checked along the boards by Toffoli, who hands it ahead to Acton Celebrini in center, flips it to the Red Wing blue line. Now it's broken up by the Red Wing defense, and Ferraro to tap it to the side of Cam Talbot. Wings break out. Here is DeBrincat through the center ice circle. Stick handles over the line, drops it off to Appleton. He feathers it in behind the San Jose net. Turning with a Klingberg up the right side. Celebrini couldn't handle that pass from Toffoli in front of the penalty box. Now Celebrini taking a chop at it. Kurashev poked off the puck, trying to penetrate the Red Wing blue line. Ferraro tied up in front of the penalty box, and now working it down in behind the goal, Appleton. John Klingberg behind the San Jose net on the attack. Out to center, he missed Skinner with the feed. It comes back in behind the Red Wing goal. Tapped around the boards by Talbot to the blue line. It came over and back, and now the Sharks have to tag up. They do, with a half a minute to go in the period. Wings lead 1-0 on the Lucas Raymond tally. Over the line, here's Kopp into the corner in the Shark zone, turning away from Desharnais, moved it in behind the net. Skating Berggren in the corner, flips it behind the net to Rasmussen. Rasmussen finds daylight up the left side, steers it in behind the net. Luka Madulin in after it to tap it up the right wing boards. Kurashev dumped it out to center ice. Wings tap it right back into the Shark zone. And time will wind down. The period comes to a close, and a solid period for the Red Wings. They get the late goal by Lucas Raymond. After 40 minutes here in San Jose, California, the Red Wings lead 1-0.
It's been a defensive battle. The Wings controlled most of the play. 19 shots for them, just 9 for San Jose. But you got to give them credit defensively. They have been ferocious defensively back inside their blue line. Difficult for the Red Wings to get clean scoring chances. They finally get one by Nedeljkovic on a good shot by Lucas Raymond, his 4th of the season.
Shots on goal in the second period brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. 14 shots by the Red Wings on Alex Nedeljkovic. They peppered him in that second period. They have 19 total in the hockey game thus far. San Jose with just 4 shots on Cam Talbot. They have a 2-period total of 9.
And Sandine Pellica picked up the primary assist. Dylan Larkin, the Red Wing captain, another point for him. He picks up the second assist. He's now got 18 points in the season. He's tied for 4th in scoring in the National Hockey League with Macklin Celebrini, the prize center of the San Jose Sharks, and defenseman Cale Makar, who continues to impress. Cale Makar tied for 4th in the scoring, plus 12 on the season. What more can that guy do for the Colorado Avalanche?
He's always among the leaders, isn't he, amongst defensemen scoring?
But a big goal it was for Lucas Raymond. He missed some games because of injury. He slowly got himself back on the pace, but that was a great play. And he beat a very good NHL defenseman, Dmitry Orlov, to create his own scoring chance and give the Red Wings a lead.
Hey fans, hang out with Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond at a night at the Fox this Saturday, November 8th. Learn all about the history of Hockeytown and hear iconic stories from these two lads. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/Fox event to score your tickets today.
And the Wings now just got to keep it going. I know it's not been fancy. It's not been that exciting, but they've got a 1-goal lead. They need these 2 points badly. The next game won't get any easier as they travel to Las Vegas to take on the Golden Knights, who have been one of the better teams in the National Hockey League since coming into the NHL.
Yeah, Golden Knights on top of their division in the Pacific Division.
And, of course, Mitch Martin, the first chance to see him in a new uniform, and how many people would ever thought he would have left to Toronto. Maple Leafs did come up with a big victory yesterday on the road, though, against the Philadelphia Flyers.
We're in the second intermission, and we thank you for staying up late with us on Sunday night as the Red Wings have a 1-0 lead on the Lucas Raven goal after 40 minutes against the Sharks. Second period break is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket, own the dream. Dustin Fiocco is in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. He's coming up next to tell you all about the first 40 minutes of this game. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll enjoy banking here.
In hockey, every win is earned. And at home, the victories are just as real. With J.P. Weiser's whiskey in hand, every moment feels like a win. From midweek matchups to do-or-die Game 7s, Weiser's is there. From the first puck drop to the final buzzer, we're all in. Because it's not just about the team on the ice. Here, it's about us. And when we gather with J.P. Weiser's whiskey for game time, that's a W. J.P. Weiser's, the official Canadian whiskey of the Detroit Red Wings.
There's nothing like fall in the Midwest. Shop Meijer and enjoy every moment of the season with great deals on fall family favorites, like crisp and flavorful bulk Honeycrisp apples for just $1.49 per pound. Buy one, get one 50% off fresh from Meijer boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And select varieties of Purple Cow ice cream or frozen yogurt for $2.99. Saving money and getting everything you need in a single stop. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
All right, guys, who brought the boring, overpriced food to the tailgates? Little Caesars Dill Deer here. Try cheesesteak crazy puffs for only $3.99 instead. With delicious sliced steak and onions, they'll still to show at every tailgate. Ho-ho! These taste legit! You should come to every tailgate, Dill Deer. Oof, I'll be honest, I don't do tailgates. Too many headlights. For a limited time this NFL season, order cheesesteak crazy puffs for only $3.99. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza. Plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Dustin Fiocco in the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. 40 minutes now played in San Jose, and it is the Red Wings who hold a 1-0 lead after 2. It is now time for your second period scoring summary, brought to you by McLaren and the Karmanos Cancer Institute. Your best chance. And we do have scoring, actually, in this scoring summary. We didn't see it in the first, but it takes us a while to get to it in the second. Let's shift our gears all the way to the beginning of this second period. We saw the Red Wings have an early power play in the first. They had 2 in total that frame, just unable to get anything past Nedeljkovic. Early in the second period, Sharks, they suffer the same fate. A man advantage for them, a Red Wings penalty kill. Very successful on their first and only test of the hockey game. And through 30 minutes of the game, it was all defense. Chances were at a premium, but at the midway point of that period, that's when things started to shift a little bit. Some real chances started to be seen for both squads. High-quality chances for the Wings, high-quality chances for the Sharks, and we saw high-quality saves from both goaltenders. Nedeljkovic and our own Cam Talbot standing tall on multiple occasions. And here's just one of the many big saves made by Talbot in that frame.
And now shoveled back to the blue line. A drive taken. It's loose on the doorstep. Talbot made the save. That shot from the blue line by Sam Dickinson. Dickinson, another shot. This is blocked. Red Wing player Kopp broke his stick pass across. Talbot made the save as Barkley Goodrow from the bottom of the right circle tried to score for San Jose.
We said it was a big save. How about multiple saves in that frame from Talbot? He was big in that period, and that's just one of the many we would see from both goaltenders in that second frame. Nedeljkovic, let's not sell him short either. He is more than holding his own for the Sharks in response, but unlike his counterpart Cam Talbot, we can't say he's perfect on the night. With lots of threatening chances late in the period, the Red Wings finally netting the first goal of the game.
Pulls away from traffic, shoots the puck, he scores! Lucas Raymond with a shot, a bullet from the right circle. Snaps the scoreless tie late in the second. 1:55 to go, and it's 1-0 Detroit.
Inside of 2 minutes left in the period, Lucas Raymond with the goal, his fourth of the season. Assist credited to Pellikka and captain Dylan Larkin. Larkin now in double-digit assists on the year with 10. He has been doing it all this season. And as a result, Detroit now holds a 1-0 lead after 40 minutes of play. It took us quite a while to get that goal in this game, but it is Detroit that breaks the scoreless knot. And let's look at some more numbers, especially on that period. The Red Wings bulking up their shot total, 14 in that frame, just 4 for the Sharks, so we are at a 19-9 discrepancy. Red Wings holding that favorable shot total. Meanwhile, the power play, both teams empty. We talked about it a little earlier. The Red Wings have a very good power play as of late, a good streak of scoring per game on one, but 0 for 2 tonight. They had a couple chances in the first, none in the second. San Jose had their first chance on the man advantage in period number 2, just coming up empty. Face-off battle, all in favor of Detroit, 21-9 compared to San Jose. So Red Wings winning that battle. They are being out-hit just a smidge, 9-8 in favor of the Sharks. And though it may have taken about 38 minutes, a little more than that actually, we do have a goal in this hockey game. It's tallied by Lucas Raymond. He gives the Red Wings a 1-0 lead after 2 periods. And up next, Mo Seider. He spoke with the media following the Red Wings' rough loss on Friday. He spoke about the optimism and the positive direction that this hockey team has been treading this season. It's a good October we saw. November, we're in that month now. Red Wings hoping to start it off with a win. We'll hear from Seider next before we get you out for that third period right here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
It starts at sunrise. For 60 years, National Coney Island has been making the good stuff. From the classic Coney dog to our original chicken honey and award-winning chili. We serve up value in every mouth-watering meal, every day. Family-owned goodness that is always fast, fresh, and friendly. Dine in or order online at nationalconeyisland.com and be sure to check out our 6 under $6 breakfast value meals Monday through Friday before 11 a.m. for a limited time.
So here's the thing about Sheetz. We're not just another gas station or convenience store. We're family owned. Been that way since 1952. And when we open our doors, we're bringing more than food and fuel. We're bringing jobs, clean, safe rest stops, a place for early risers, night owls, and everybody in between. From your morning coffee to your midnight cravings, we got you. All day, every day. Come through and say hi. We'll be here cranking out sandwiches and snacks like it's our job. Because, you know, it is. Sheetz. Now open, always here. Why does Sheetz not?
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health. We are Henry.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you bring more good to hometown hockey and hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Meijer is proud to sponsor the Detroit Red Wings.
Dustin Fiocco in the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. Thank you very much, Lucas Raymond. Thanks to him, we are no longer scoreless in San Jose. Under 2 minutes to go in the second period, he snaps that 0-0 tie, so it is 1-0 Detroit as a result. But following a loss on Friday to Anaheim, Mo Seider, he spoke with the media about the optimism he has about this hockey team moving forward. Here's what he had to say.
What do you take away from a game like this? Overall, very disappointing, I think. We got to come up with a better game plan, especially for such a meaningful game. First and foremost for Gibby. Unacceptable to kind of let him hang in there sometimes. and then obviously frustration takes over. You get away from your game a little bit, and then you look at the score like that. Got to just regroup, use the day tomorrow to really dial it back in, and got a lot of the road trip still ahead of us to make it a really good and meaningful trip.
Are they as fast as an opponent as you played?
What was that?
Their speed, how much trouble did that give you?
I think early on we're just overwhelmed. We couldn't really find the answers to it. I think we got a lot better in the game, but I think the starts are a little bit of an issue right now that we got to address and got to fix. And obviously we're a fast team. I think we can play with them. We can outplay them, but we didn't tonight, and that's frustrating.
Several shorthanded chances you guys have given up the last couple of games. Anything that you can put your finger on as to what's going on there?
Yeah, we just all got to be better. I think it's a huge part of the game. We can take over in those situations, and we can lose momentum, and that's what we did. I mean, at least we answered. But yeah, that can happen for sure.
Did those penalties cause some loss of momentum also?
Maybe not. I think we got a really good PK. I think that usually gains us a little bit of momentum and got us in there. Obviously, eventually, I think you're going to give up something if you just keep getting those penalties. Overall, I think that can't be an excuse.
Moritz, this opening schedule looked really tough when October began. How do you think you guys have fared overall?
I think we're okay. Obviously, wanted to start better at home, and now we just got to fix the road. I think that's the biggest issue right now. We can't really find the answers on the road. I think we just got to be a lot more detailed, a lot more simple with the puck. Just keeping it really simple on and off our tapes, in behind their D, and then just really work on a really good road game. And we just couldn't really do that over a lot of the periods lately. Thank you.
That was Mo Sider following Friday's loss to the Ducks. That young man speaking like a true leader. His interview brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. We've got third period action coming your way shortly as the Red Wings lead the Sharks 1-0. We'll also have a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll do that next here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Hey Red Wings fans, are you tired of spending all your money on gas? Then you need the free Upside app, the app that gives you real cash back whenever you get gas. And with the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. Now, instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, you can download the free app from Upside and start putting money back in your wallet with every gallon of gas you buy. That's right, get paid real cash when you fuel up, and use that cash to score some sweet Red Wings gear or tickets to the game. Best of all, the cash back doesn't stop at gas. Upside also works at restaurants and select grocery stores too. Upside users have already made back over $800 million. So don't wait. Download the free Upside app today and start getting cash back on every gallon of gas. And as a bonus for all you Red Wings fans out there, use promo code RW when you sign up and get an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back with your first fill up. That's promo code RW. Remember, use promo code RW for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank of gas. The Detroit Red Wings and Upside. A winning combination on and off the ice.
Hockeytown. The action is always fast, hard-hitting, and unforgettable. And now you can raise your game day experience with carbless handcrafted cocktails. Available right here at Little Caesars Arena, carbless is 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories. So you can keep the energy high from puck drop to the final horn. Whether it's a power play, a big save, or a game-winning goal, celebrate it with the clean, refreshing taste of Carbless. Find your bliss tonight at the rink or anytime at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, crafted for hockey nights in Detroit.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan. 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how is Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, the official HVAC partner of the Detroit Red Wings. When wings bring the heat, we keep your home cozy all season. Go to FamilyHeating.com.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings Radio.
The fastest game on ice. He scores! Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Dustin Fiocco in the 1-800-CALL SAM studio. Red Wings lead 1-0 over the Sharks. That third period about to come your way. But right now, let's check your out-of-town scoreboard. That is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at rocketmortgage.com. That's Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. We've got mostly finals. We'll start off with Tampa, who has been hot lately. They defeat Utah 4-2. Tampa now right behind Detroit in the standings for the Atlantic Division at 14 points. Lightning now winners of 5 straight. Islanders, they've won a couple in a row now as they top the Blue Jackets 3-2. Matthew Schaefer snagging a pair of goals in that win. And going final a few moments ago, Calgary gets a win over Philadelphia 2-1. Philly avoiding the shutout by getting one past Dustin Wolf. He still stops 18 of 19. But a shutout still intact for Anaheim as they lead 3-0 heading into the third period over the Devils. Anaheim just beating Detroit the other night. And they've gotten 3 past Jake Allen to lead it 3-0 after 2. And thanks to Lucas Raymond, the Red Wings lead it 1-0 over the Sharks. We've got third period play coming your way just in a moment. But Ken Calc, Paul Woods, they're going to take you from here.
Both the Red Wings and the Sharks have made their appearance out onto the ice surface. And as Dustin mentioned, the late goal with at 18:05, Lucas Raymond's 4th of the year from Sandine Pellica, Dylan Larkin. And it's 1-0 Detroit. Red Wings are out shooting the Sharks 19-9 with 20 minutes yet to be played.
Moritz Asaya leads his team in ice times, usually does 15-57. Simon Edmondson not that far behind. Marco Kasper, Lucas Raymond, both each have 4 shots on goal. Wings controlled the face-off, 21 wins, just 9 losses. You know, it almost has the feel of an old-fashioned NHL defensive playoff game. Neither team really wanting to make a big mistake out there. It's been tight defense on both sides.
Nice third period brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com.
Alexander Wenberg leads his team until ice time, the forwards rather, 16:07. There's a lot of scouts this game has run. There's a lot of teams looking for a center iceman, and Alexander Wenberg might fit that description. But again, if you're San Jose, why would you be getting rid of him?
Well, he logs a lot of ice time. Icing the call right off the get-go here to start the third period. But you mentioned he almost played 9 minutes in that opening period.
And again, Macklin celebrating. He's been outstanding as well. He's created some scoring chances. Dylan Larkin, good as usual in the face-off. He's lined up to take another one now deep inside his own blue line.
I believe Larkin's got a point in 12 of his 13 games that he's played this year.
Up to 18 points on the season now. He's just 4 points out of the scoring lead in the National Hockey League.
Puck comes out to center ice. It's poked deeper into the Red Wings zone. Hammond fires it off the boards. He just missed the linesman along the far side, jumping out of it. Now Finney tapped it to Raymond, who charges in behind the San Jose goal. Lucas Raymond, the lone goal scorer. Watched by 2 Sharks, sends it into the slot. Picking it up is Emmett Finney. Into the corner, marches in behind the goal to get away from Orloff and lost the handle of it. Played around the boards, Orloff flips it out to center. And the Sharks come back 3-on-2 over the Red Wings blue line. The puck sent out in front, deflected home, and they time the game early. Jeff Skinner on the deflection, cut right to the front of the net, and put it behind Talbot. 49 seconds into the third, and the Sharks tie the game 1-1.
He's been a dangerous man for many, many years in National Hockey League. Not that good defensively, but offensively, he is outstanding, and what a good play it is by him. 369 goals now in his NHL career. Went hard to the net. Wings could not tie up the stick and redirected it behind Cam Talbot. Not much chance for the veteran goaltender. The big goal for Skinner. We're tied at 1.
Drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes, and he deflects it by Talbot. 49 seconds into the third to tie the game 1-1.
He had some big seasons as well with the Buffalo Sabres. Kurashev and Orloff, the defenseman, will pick up the assist on Skinner's goal.
That's Kurashev along the left wing who threw it out in front of the Red Wing goal, and it was Skinner getting a stick on it to deflect it home. So the game tied 1-1. Well, you hate giving up those goals in the first minute of a period.
That's the 10th assist of the season for Dmitry Orloff, the former Washington Capitol and Carolina Hurricane defenseman.
Puck deflected down into the Detroit zone, and Mo Sider swings back after it and behind his own goal. Wings are attacking right to left. Edmondson, stretch ice pass over the line. Appleton dropped it back, but it was intercepted by Graff, who tapped it out to center ice. Winding it up over the line, that is Luka Medulin to tap that puck around the boards into the corner. Now tied to Angela.
And it was knocked away by the Red Wing defense down the ice. Sharks pick it up, wheel it forward. It's Muka Madulin out the center ice, chopping it forward to the Detroit blue line. Delandria over the line, makes his way down low, put on the brakes in the corner, still fending off a check of Andrew Kopp, rolls it around the boards. Ferraro holds it in left point, got it to Graff behind the net. Right circle feed, Delandria's shot pinballs off a Red Wing skate and behind the goal. Working at it is Cardwell, and he'll dump it down into the corner. Graff tapped it to Delandria in behind the net. Sharks a little bit buzzing right now in the Red Wing zone. Delandria tried to play it into the corner, whiffed on it, comes out the center ice, and Kopp to deflect it over the Shark blue line. Here, Mukamadula getting it out the center ice, and now it's lifted by Giles into the Detroit end. Talbot played it away. Giles flips it in behind the net. Goes in after it for the Sharks. Turns away in the corner. Moves it in behind the goal. Comes back to the blue line. Desharnais with a shot. That's blocked in front. Bouncing puck cleared to the right side board by San Jose, and it's lifted to the line by Soderblom. And finally down the ice into the San Jose zone. Desharnais to retreat the puck, and now it's an icing call against Detroit.
Rangers got to get going here. Their forwards now got to spend a lot more time inside that blue line. San Jose's come out here in the third period, not only tying the game up, but seizing control of this game. It was a good blocked shot there by Ben Sherratt. The Red Wings' fourth line is out there right there now. Albert Johansson, Sherratt, the two defensemen.
Skinner with his fourth of the year, 49 seconds in to tie up the hockey game. Kurashev and Orlov with the assists.
10 assists right now for Dmitry Orlov, and he had a pretty good season last year with the Carolina Hurricanes, but a couple of outstanding years with the Washington Capitals. Washington's dropped 4 consecutive games, but they got some injury problems with the center iceman.
Kurashev had 2 goals in yesterday's game against Colorado. Picking up the assist on the goal by Skinner as they battle for it again in that Detroit end. You want to spend time in your own zone. Here's a shot, a wrister from the blue line by Sam Dickinson, and getting a stick on it, Talbot, to deflect it out of play.
That was a late save and a good one by Cam Talbot. He was sliding across that goal street and just got the combination of the pad, the stick on that puck, and made the save and knocked up into the crowd to take the pressure off his teammates. This is a big face-off coming up. Red Wing Captain Larkin's on the ice.
All of our plays under review this season brought to you by 1-800-CALL-SAM, and our player interviews are brought to you by Meyer. Meyer brings more good to hometown hockey. Sharks win the draw. Here's a slapper by Orlov, and that went off a stick and wide of the Detroit goal. The Sharks early in this third period forcing the issue. Skinner, the man who tied up, and it comes out the center ice. And Lucas Raymond will flip that puck softly into the corner in the Shark end. Liljegren, first man to play it up the near side to Kurashev. Now the Wings pick it up at center. Raymond put it through the legs of Skinner, passes it across the ice to Sider, far wing, and he shoots it into the Shark zone. Larkin circling the net. All over his back is Liljegren. In the high slot now, it's Edvinsson dropping it back to the line to Mo Sider. Skates his way down left circle, backhands it to the front of the goal. Rebound Finney, and he was covered as he tried to put a backhand home.
He made a good move in the rebound.
Now a pass comes over to Finney on the left side. He was covered. Edvinsson floats it down into the corner. Liljegren chasing it down, and now Wenberg to pick it up. The Wings a little bit dangerous there in front of Nedeljkovic.
The Wings have not had enough shifts like that, containment shifts, to keep the opposing team back inside their blue line for a longer period of time, but Emmett Finney on the doorstep just did miss giving the Wings back the lead.
Ty Delandria into the corner, knocked down.
The Wings got a break there. That could have been a tripping call. Here comes DeBrincat.
DeBrincat out the center ice, flips it over in the line. Pass to DeBrincat, and he is knocked down trying to get that loose puck. Delandria up across the Red Wing line, drops it for the trailer, and that's Cardwell with a shot to the front of the goal. Talbot made the save.
And just 11 the forwards addressed, but they're making the most of that opportunity. And Barclay Goodrow, the former Tampa Bay Lightning, forward, a pretty good chance down that right side. No rebound given up by Cam Talbot.
Red Wing conclude their 5-game road trip. On Tuesday night, they travel to Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. We'll be on the air at 9:45. Hope you could join us, the Red Wings and the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, Vegas Golden Knights have been in first place in that Pacific Division since the drop of the puck this year.
It's getting pretty tight, though, at the top of that division.
It's tight everywhere in the National Hockey League. You have a bad week and you go from first place to last place.
Delandria stepped up his game here in the third period. A lot of ice time from the draw. The puck goes into the corner. Red Wings control as Johansson flips it out to center ice. Comper knocked it down. Now lays it softly into the left corner. It bounces in behind the San Jose goal. Nedeljkovic squeezed it into the corner. Luka Madulin flips it out to Delandry at center ice over the Detroit line. Kopp will intercept. And now Luka Madulin fired around the boards into the Red Wing zone. San Jose changing on the go. Wings trying to catch him. Stuck down the stick of Johansson. Second effort. Floats it down to the side of Nedeljkovic.
It's one of the better defensive teams the Wings have played all season long. Got to give that coaching staff in San Jose a lot of credit.
The turnovers there, one by the Wings, the other by San Jose, and then they turn it over again. And Sherratt now finds open ice in the right corner to bring it up the left wing and out the center ice.
And give these referees a lot of credit as well. They stayed out of the game to let the team decide the outcome.
And Riemsdyk flipping it around the boards, and Toffoli covered along the far wing. Rasmussen trying to jam it loose for Detroit. Comes down low. Van Riemsdyk with a feed. Comes back towards the line to Ben Sherratt. Swings it over. Right side, Sandin Pellikka. He fired a shot through traffic. Never got through to Nedeljkovic into the corner. Soderblom sidesteps the check from Toffoli. Then Toffoli intercepted it. Second effort. Worked it out to center ice. Sandin Pellikka floats it over in the left wing, and Rasmussen on a change to dump it down into the Shark end. And Riemsdyk on a long shift. He's going to exit the ice as the Sharks pick it up now. That's Klingberg in behind the San Jose net. 13:47 to go, third period. Game tied 1-1. Larkin forcing Klingberg along the end board. Turned it over, Raymond, and it's floated by him by Klingberg, and now out to center ice, rolled into the Red Wing zone. Goodrow and Sider. Sider got in there to body check Goodrow, and now he gets the puck, hands it back to Finney.
This is a wicked pace right there now. You got to battle for every inch of real estate. Strong defense by both teams.
And a lot of ice to maneuver with. Sharks are offside, they tag up. Giles couldn't get it, comes out to center ice. Wenberg drops it back. Liljegren flipped it ahead. Intercepting. Red Wings. Finney over on the right side. Larkin with a wrister. Fired it wide off the glass. Got to fight for every inch of real estate out there. Now Larkin again with a wrist shot. Nedeljkovic the save. Finney goes hard to the front of the net looking for a loose puck. He is tackled by Goodrow. And the play is stopped. Nedeljkovic covers up in the crease.
And both these goaltenders, Alex Nedeljkovic there, Cam Talbot have made some important saves here in this third period. It's still a 1-1 tie.
12:58 to go here in regulation. Red Wings 1, Sharks 1. We'll be back with more in a moment. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The cold weather is coming fast, which means time's running out to get this Wallside exclusive never-before offer. Half off every Wallside window, plus 81 months, no interest, or an extra 18% off for cash. Get your windows installed before the holidays. This is your last chance. Half off every window, plus 81 months, no interest, or an extra 18% off. Call 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
The Chevy Equinox EV is more than an SUV. It's your sunrise start and your sunset adventure. An EPA estimated 319 miles of electric range means more views. And when you're ready to take the long way, your 17.7-inch diagonal touchscreen doubles as your digital assistant all along the way. All of this at a value you'll love. So planning your next getaway is even easier. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox EV. Chevrolet, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings. EPA estimated range estimated on full target front-wheel drive. Actual range may vary based on several factors, including ambient temperature, terrain, battery age and condition, loading, and how you use and maintain your vehicle.
Bill Brooks is our engineer here in San Jose. He's been around a long time doing all these games, going way back to when the Oakland Seals were in the National Hockey League. He's done everything in radio. He was a country DJ, a top 40 DJ, and now he turns those variable resistors. Doing a good job here tonight. Face-off coming up, circle to the right of the goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic, and it's a 1-1 tie. Early goal here in the third by Jeff Skinner, tying it up. 12 shots for the Sharks, 22 for Detroit. Here's Delandria winding it up in his own zone. Knocked off the puck momentarily by Casper. Finishes him off with a body check in the corner. Now it's swung around the boards by Dickinson. Cardwell dumping it ahead to Graff at center, and he'll toss it to the side. If Talbot ends up in behind the Red Wing goal, the trapezoid. Bouncing puck on the stick of Delandria. Checked along the boards by Appleton. Following up Johansson out to center ice, flipping it into the corner to San Jose M. Crowd with the rhythmic applause here at the SAP Center, trying to get their Sharks going. Game tied 1-1 from center. Liljegren's pass broken up off the leg of Kopp. Now shot into the Detroit M.
An aggressive forecheck again by San Jose. Quickly getting that Red Wing defense. They get the puck back below the goal line now. Smith has got it.
Slider roughing up Celebrini a little bit. In the corner, Toffoli got it back in the line to Desharnais. Over on the left side, Orlov. Back to Desharnais, shoots the puck, Talbot the save, Toffoli in the high slot, trying to redirect it home, couldn't get a stick on.
And good offensive pressure by San Jose, but even better defense by the Red Wings, keeping those San Jose forwards to the outside. That shot came from the right to point, sailed all the way through, but that's a routine stop for Cam Talbot. Dylan Larkin, 18 points on the season. He's tied with four of their players that same total. Nick Suzuki, Evgeny Malkin, Cale Makar, the great defenseman from Colorado, and then Celebrini, who's got 18. Then you got 19 for Jack Eichel, the Vegas Golden Knights, 19 for Nathan McKinnon, he was here yesterday, and Mark Scheifele, 20 points for the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg, one of the most underrated teams, I think, in the Western Conference.
He's playing well right now. Drake Batherson of the Ottawa Senators as the puck is driven down the ice by Detroit. Icing called against the Wings.
And I had a funny feeling the wheels maybe have come off for the Ottawa Senators when Brady Tkachuk injured his thumb and then had surgery. He's going to be gone for a long time, but you got to give Ottawa credit. They battled through that and keeping themselves in contention for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
It seems like every time you want to write the Ottawa Senators off, somehow they find a way to get on a winning streak.
But what a battle it's going to be. They lost their game last night to Montreal in sudden death overtime. It's Alex Newhook with the game-winning goal for Canadians. I thought myself out last night it was probably Cole Caulfield again. He loves that 3-on-3, but it was Alex Newhook who quietly is having a solid season for Montreal.
The thing about the Canadians, they get a lot of offense from their defensemen too. Here's Finney over the San Jose blue line, makes his way behind the Shark goal, wraps it around, sent it right to the goal mouth. Got that long reach, and he almost connected right there. Now gets the pass from Raymond in the slot with a shot, and Nedeljkovic made the save.
It's his best shift of the game, best shift in a couple of games right there. Good job for Emmett, the Red Wing rookie, and Nicholas Raymond set him up. He was on his shot, he let it to go, and somehow Nedeljkovic was able to make the save.
Had a couple of chances right there, Finney, and then he also dug the puck away to make a play in front. Now here comes Will Smith over the blue line, and Sandin Pellikka rode him off the puck. Into the slot, Celebrini. Winding it up now, goes over to the left circle, drops it back now. Smith to Celebrini with a chance, and he fired that one off a stick and wide of the goal.
Smart play by Celebrini. You can see there, he's just not firing the puck at will. He gave it to his teammate. He got it back coming down the stretch.
Pass across, Sharks off the bench on a change. That's Wenberg dropping it off. Luka Madulin with a shot of Brister from the left side, and Talbot the save.
That's a tough play to defend against. When you got the full of the center iceman coming out, and you got the big defenseman going in. It's a little handoff play. He got that shot and let it to go. Another big save by Cam Talbot.
Luka Madulin, 23 years old. He was actually a New Jersey first-round pick in 2020. Came over to the Sharks, and he's got 13 points in 36 career games.
Well, you watch this game today, just 2 goals scored by both these teams. Halfway through now, the third period. These are 2 well-coached hockey clubs.
That's important just to get points when you're on the road.
Just keep that, you don't want that loss column. You got to keep those numbers down the loss column. Just somehow find a way to pick up a point, but it's not easy in today's NHL.
The Red Wings 8-4 on the season. Wings dump it down the ice into the Shark zone.
Another good job the linesman waving off that icing call, keeping the flow going in this game.
Approaching the halfway part of the third period. Wenberg from center ice, tapping it to the side of Talbot. Hamonic dumped it around the wing boards, and Appleton scooping it up. Got it out to Casper at center. Angles over to the left side, drops it off. Here's the brink, it's stick handling. Shoots the puck, Nedeljkovic the save, and that one almost beat him. Now Nedeljkovic looking on as the shot by DeBrincat again. That was blocked in the slot. Seider from the line with a shot. Scores! Mo Sider with a drive from long range, and the Red Wings regain the lead 2-1.
Just relentless pressure by the Red Wings. A couple of very important block shots by the San Jose Sharks. They just couldn't get that puck out past the blue line. Rich Sider picks it up, and he's going from his right to his left, skating backwards and sideways. And let it go and ring it off the goal post and in. What a shot by Sider. It's a 2-1 lead for the Red Wings.
That goal by the Red Wing defenseman Mo Sider is another DTE Energy light the lamp goal. Second lead of the game for Detroit. The goal by Sider coming at 10:16.
That's a Casper line out there offense for the Red Wings. Outstanding shift by those guys in the offensive zone. Had a couple of good chances for him. Rich Sider gave the Red Wings a lead.
He's been very physical again here tonight, Mo Sider.
A combination of high skill, great offensive player, great defensively as well. A little bit of an edge to him. It's hard to match in today's NHL.
So the Red Wings regain the lead 2-1 halfway through the third period. Sharks pick it up and play it ahead. Klingberg down to the side of the Red Wing goal. Talbot had it knocked away, a centering attempt for Delandria in front, and he was just not there as Graff tried to feed him the pass, make that Patrick Giles.
He was wide open with that pass that converts. Quick turnaround shot that time by Elmer Soderblom.
Yeah, they turned it over. The Sharks did. Now they turned it over again. Soderblom with another shot, left circle wide of the goal.
He didn't miss by much.
Puck bounced off the stick of Van Riemsdyk. Soderblom in there with Klingberg trying to dig that puck away. Ferraro also with the skate on the puck. Van Riemsdyk trying to jam it loose. Ends up in behind the goal. Swinging in after it for Detroit Comfer, but it was taken away and out to center Giles to lift it to the Detroit blue line. 8:45 to go in regulation. 2-1 lead for Detroit. Sider's goal the difference. Comp will bank it off the boards. Dickinson in deep. Swings it across. It's intercepted. Comfer now left circle with a wrist shot. Save made. Nedeljkovic with a glove hand. Pass broken up, knocked down the high stick, nullified. Dickinson in the corner, chipped it in behind the net.
And that goal by Rich Sider seems like it's bothered the San Jose Sharks. Not as confident defensively. Another good play that time by Detroit. JT Compher just did miss scoring the third goal.
Celebrini got it up the boards to Graff. In front of the penalty box, Larkin trying to dig it away with Edmondson. Graff tapped it deeper into the Red Wing end. Mo Sider chugs in after it, tapped it away from Ethan Cardwell. Now the puck bounces out in front. A turnaround shot by Cardwell wide of the goal. And the rebound skips all the way down the ice. Orlov in his own end turned it over. Here's Larkin moving in. Fakes the shot. Backhand. Nedeljkovic with a glorious glove hand save, robbing the Red Wing captain.
What a great play was by Dylan Larkin. Led it to goal. Stole the puck back behind the fence. Went to the backhand. And somehow at the last second, Alex Nedeljkovic reached up, made the save, and most importantly, no rebound. The Wings almost take a 2-goal lead.
Great save by Nedeljkovic, and we've got a timeout. 7:49 to go in regulation. Red Wings up by a goal. Mo Sider's goal snapping a 1-1 tie. We'll be back with more in a moment from San Jose, California after this timeout. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
In every home, someone is always too cold or too warm.
What's the temperature in here? I'll just...
And then there's someone who's trying to save money.
Step away from the thermostat.
Well, DTE wants to help with both. Seal air leaks, add insulation, and change filters regularly to save up to $200 a year. And stay comfortable, too.
Ah, warm and cozy.
Get more tips at dteenergy.com/saveenergy. DTE.
Since 1927, Gallagher has been serving the communities where we live and work. We partner with businesses of every size to provide insurance, risk management, and benefit solutions that prepare them for what's next. Whether you are on Main Street or across the globe, we're ready to help you take on any challenge. As a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings, we bring that same commitment to Detroit and all of Michigan. Dedicated to partnering with you to face the future with confidence. Learn more at ajg.com. Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner.
America's favorite place to watch sports is Stadium Swim, located at Circa Resort and Casino. Catch all the biggest games at a viewing experience built for sports fans. Chill in one of our 6 pools on 3 different levels for a perfect view of our massive screen. Located at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
possible.
Lucas Raymond, I think, has been the Red Wings' best of 4 the last couple of games against the Ducks, and tonight here against the San Jose Sharks. He got his 4th goal of the season. Rich Sutter gets his 1st goal, but just that combination of defense, offense, and physical play at the same time is tough to match. Those two have been very good tonight for the Wings.
Critical face-off coming up deep in the Red Wings zone, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. Sharks win the draw. Dickinson pulls away from a check, forced to the blue line and out to center ice. Good work there by Lucas Raymond, who charges over the San Jose blue line, put on the brakes, looking for a trailer for some help. Now backhands the puck along the boards. Smith intercepted it, tapped it to Celebrini. Feathers it over the line to Toffoli. He's checked by Raymond. Got it across, though. Toffoli did, but nobody along the right side. Larkin will swing after it and play it out to center ice.
Yes, another great shift, offensive and defensive by Lucas Raymond. Sharks quickly back on the attack.
Rowe after the puck. Now it's in behind the net. Shoveled to the blue line. From the left side, it's played in behind the net. Wenberg with a centering attempt, deflects off a stick and out to center ice.
Stick escape along to Edmonton. Pretty good play by him, and great pursuit that time by Moritz Seider, keeping the pressure on the Sharks.
Larkin on a long shift, got it off the stick of Berggren out to center ice. Sharps tap it back in, and that one's almost offside, but the play continues. Red Wings settle it down.
And they've been inspired by the goal by the young defenseman Sam Dickinson, taking control of the game now as 42 seconds are left in regulation. Icing call against the Red Wings.
Berggren touched the puck, but he was on his side of the red line as it scooted all the way down the ice. So 38 seconds to go. And a face-off coming up to the right of Cam Talbot.
And the Wings have a couple of veteran guys out there, and JT Comper and Andrew Kopp to take the face-off if needed. Jonathan Berglund, the winger on that line as well. Mitch Seider still out there with Simon Evanson.
Critical face-off brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. Red Wings win the draw. Comper won it. In behind the Detroit goal, lifted it out to center ice. Berggren to tap it up over the San Jose blue line. Orlov in the corner. Played it up the wing. Berggren steals, floats it down low. Kopp swings it around the boards for Hamonic. Drives it in behind the San Jose net. Orlov in pursuit. Berggren in there after it for Detroit as well as Kopp. Kopp dug it away, bounced it back in the line. 14 seconds left. Hamonic drills it into the corner. And now it's lifted by Orlov out to Will Smith. And he backhands that puck into the Detroit bench with 6 seconds to go.
It looks like this game will go to sudden death overtime. It'll be back-to-back games for San Jose in that situation. Both teams look like they'll pick up a single point, but one very important point is on the line for one of these two teams.
It's been pretty good so far in overtime and shootouts this year.
Hard to believe that San Jose could actually beat Colorado in that situation yesterday with the firepower and the manpower the Avalanche have in that lineup.
Face off at center ice. Wenberg won it. It goes all the way to the side of Nedeljkovic. Hands it off to Orlov, and time will wind down, and we've got overtime coming up. Late goal by Sam Dickinson from Smith and Giles at 16:55, tying it at 2. And overtime coming up as regulation ends in a 2-2 tie.
And a solid effort by both of these teams. A surprisingly effort with 11 forwards dressed, 7 defensemen for San Jose, but they made the most of it. Those top 9 forwards played a lot of ice time, but outstanding job defensive by them, and got to give the Wings credit as well. They at least picked up a single point, but they definitely want that extra point tonight against the Sharks. It won't get easier against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Both teams with 7 shots on goal in that third period. 3-period totals, 26 shots by the Red Wings on Alex Nedeljkovic, San Jose 16 on Cam Talbot. Goal scorers in the third period. Jeff Skinner tied it early with a goal 49 seconds in from Kurashev and Orlov. Mo Seider gave the Red Wings their second lead of the game with the shot from the blue line. Off the iron and in, his first of the season from DeBrincat and Edvinson at 10:16, and then Sam Dickinson tying it up at 16:55. So the shovelers are out on the ice right now, cleaning up some of the extra snow on the ice as they switch ends for the start of overtime. Red Wings will be attacking left to right, and the Sharks right to left.
And the big thing now is control that to face off the draw, win that draw, get puck possession, hopefully don't give it back to the San Jose Sharks, but of course anything can happen in 3-on-3 NHL sudden death overtime.
Locker room interviews all season long, brought to you by McLaren Health, McLaren and the Carmanis Cancer Institute, your best chance. And this overtime coming up again, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
Yeah, it's a deja vu for Cam Talbot, another overtime game for him, the veteran, the goaltender. He's been very good all season long. Raymond, Larkin, Sandin Pellick will be out there to start sudden death for Detroit.
Well, Larkin's had a game winner in overtime this year. Lucas Raymond in that game against the Kings with the lone goal in the shootout, giving the Red Wings the shootout victory over the Kings.
And the same guys that won it against Colorado right there again, Alexander Wenberg and Philip Kurashev up front for the Sharks.
Larkin talking to the linesman here, saying, hey, drop the puck. He didn't do it. Larkin wins the faceoff from Wenberg, and overtime has begun. Wings corral the puck in their own zone. Here's Raymond out to center for Detroit. And into his own man, Sandin Pellikka regains his composure, and now Pellikka will just bring it back and drop it deep into the Red Wing zone for Larkin. Now to Sandin Pellikka through the Shark logo at center, carries over the line. Thought about cutting wide. Instead, he drops it back off the right side for Raymond. Raymond got it to the blue line to Larkin, moving in. Larkin circles in behind the net. Drops it off for Sandin Pellikka in behind the San Jose goal. Evans controlling the play in the San Jose zone.
It's great to work with the Wings controlling the play, but good defense by the Sharks as well.
Larkin tried to feather it out in front, broken up. Look out, here's a pass. Wenberg got it ahead to Kurashev, stumbles a little bit. Wings trying to get back. Kurashev with a shot, and Talbot made the save.
He had the game-winning goal against Colorado. If he didn't stumble, probably a quick breakaway. The big save it was by Talbot.
There's Larkin moving in. Circles in behind the San Jose goal, swings it back in the line. Now it's Lucas Raymond, make that to Brinkett. Passing it back, Sider with a shot, and it's gloved off by Nedeljkovic. Thought about playing it, but there was the Brinkett on the doorstep, so a whistle in the face-off coming up deep in the Shark end.
Boy, that stamina of Dylan Larkin is something else. To be out there that long a time and playing at that kind of a level. He's been great since the drop of the puck and really would get votes for the Hart Trophy. Does every little thing to give his team a chance to win.
Kurashev doesn't stumble at center ice. He's got a breakaway.
I put my money on Cam Talbot in that situation. Talbot's been very good all season long for the Red Wings.
Critical face-off, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. Red Wings win the draw. Wings have had the puck for the most of the overtime. 3:41 to go. Alex DeBrincat out there with Sider and Marco Kasper. Over the blue line, skates DeBrincat. Cutting wide on Smith, drops it to Mo Sider at the middle of the blue line. Turning away from Celebrini out to center ice. Protecting the puck. Now flips it into the corner, goes after it himself. Red Wings in the middle of a change. Came all the way out to center ice, and Comfer, who was out there for Detroit along with Finney right now. And Mo Sider. Wings wind up in their own zone. Emmett Finney out to center ice. Turning on the afterburners. Makes his way down low. Drops it for the trailer. Johansson. Now to Comfer, winding it up middle of the blue line. Now the lane shut down. He surveyed the ice, brings it back out to center as the crowd boos. Wings taking their time. Comfer dropping it back. Johansson over the Shark blue line, into the right circle, put on the brakes. Surveys the ice, middle of the blue line. Hands it back to Finney. Now the trailer, Comfer, right circle. Almost had his pocket picked by Celebrini. Brings it out to center ice. Celebrini trying to steal, but coming back to help out is Johansson. Johansson right back over the San Jose blue line, put on the brakes. Red Wings making a change. Finney exits the ice, and out for Detroit is Lucas Raymond.
Tentative shift for both teams, and a lot of time off the clock. Here come the Wings.
Red Wings have fresh legs out there. San Jose doesn't. Let's see if this is a factor. Raymond out to center ice again. Twisting and turning, and the Red Wings just in composure. Here comes Larkin up the right side, over the blue line. Over to the left circle. Thought about shooting, held on to the puck. Goes down. Lost an edge, and now it's poked away from him out to center ice. Footways for the puck. Larkin and Wenberg, but helping out is Sandin Pellikka. Now a pass over the line to Raymond. He tripped. He lost an edge. Otherwise, he's breaking in on Nedeljkovic. Now the bad ice affecting the play right there. Here comes Klingberg in over the blue line. Klingberg pulls it back. Sharks dangerous. Now he'll bring it back out to center ice. Larkin lost an edge, Raymond lost an edge, and there's a break there. Kurashev earlier in the overtime. Cardwell in over the blue line, drops it back. Here's Wenberg into the right circle, pass across to Klingberg, broken up. Foot race, here comes DeBrincat on a breakaway, making his way in. He shoots, and Nedeljkovic made the save. Spread eagle in the crease. Now here's Mo Sider to DeBrincat. Turns away from traffic. Down low around Cardwell trying to finish the game. And that's a save made by Nedeljkovic. 1 minute to go. Great chance for the Cat right there. Cardwell just taking his time in his own zone as both teams are changing.
Just takes your breath away when you watch it. The level of play on both sides. Still plenty of time. Here come the Sharks.
Lilligren out of Kurashev. Down the left wing boards into the Red Wing zone. Sent it out in front and Talbot knocked it away. 35 seconds to go. Red Wings on the attack. Game tied 2-2. Wings taking their time. Comper in behind his own goal. Winding it up. Now he'll bring it down the middle of the ice over the San Jose blue line. Comper cuts inside with a chance, and it rolled off his stick. He's tripped up on the play. Celebrini with 17 seconds to go moves it over the line to Kurashev. Kurashev down low looking for a trailer. Now to Celebrini in the slot. Makes a move. Try to get it down low to Lilligren, who is parked off the right side of the goal. 4 seconds to go. Sider in behind his own goal. Tapped it up the left wing, and this game's going to end in a shootout as overtime ends in a 2-2 tie.
That might be the best overtime period I've seen in a long time. That was outstanding. The first couple of minutes, not so much. Those final 3 minutes, back and forth. What great defense, offense at the same time. That's the NHL. It's best right there. We're heading to the shootout.
Alex DeBrincat had a great chance on a backhand. Nedeljkovic, spread eagle, made the save.
And both these goaltenders made some big stops in 5 minutes of sudden death overtime. Cam Talbot and Alex Nedeljkovic, the former Red Wing. What a helpless swing, Alex DeBrincat. That much energy to be stopped behind the net. And now you could come back 200 feet in your own zone and try and get back on defensively. What a great job by all the players involved in overtime.
Obviously, that ice not too good, and a couple of players, Kurashev at center ice, tripped up, lost an edge, and then it was Lucas Raymond down the right side losing an edge.
One of the best rule changes the NHL ever made. Going to sudden death overtime, go to 3-on-3 hockey.
Well,
both teams got a single point out of it right there now, so it'll make the coaching staffs on both sides a little bit happier, but they're greedy. They want that second point.
You know, it's just 2 games ago in Los Angeles. It looked like the Red Wings lost that game on a apparent goal by Fiala. Went to the shootout, and the Red Wings scored the lone goal, Lucas Raymond. And Talbot was really good, making several saves. One on Kempe in the shootout.
It was an emotional roller coaster for him that the game. He had thought he lost the game. He's back down the Red Wing locker room. They had to go down and get him, bring him back out. He grouped and found a way to do it to give his team the win.
Here's Raymond. He's just below 50% in shootouts in his career, and he's going to try to give the Red Wings the lead. Here he comes. Up over the line, over to the left wing boards. Now cruises in on an angle on Nedeljkovic. Shoots, and Alex Nedeljkovic made the pad save.
The same kind of play he made again last game against the LA Kings. He came down that left side. He came back to the middle of the ice. He let it go up high, right below the crossbar. This time, he didn't. He tried to go back in between the pads of Nedeljkovic, who just got him together to make a big save.
There's Macklin Celebrini. Trying to give the Sharks the lead. Here he comes, the youngster over the line, slows it down, goes wide, cuts out in front of the goal, fake shoots, and Talbot made the save.
Same idea by him. He comes down that left side, brings that puck back to the middle of the ice and lets it go. Try to go 5-hole between the pads, but good job there by Talbot.
Alex DeBrincat now will try and give the Red Wings the lead here.
It's been dangerous all night long. 4-game goal-scoring streaks on the line.
Here he comes, booing from the crowd. DeBrincat slows his way down, makes his way and shoots. And Nedeljkovic made a pad save again.
He just stayed right with him, move for move. Great goaltending there by Alex Nedeljkovic.
Big point on the table right here. Both these two teams want to get it. Neither team has scored in the shootout. Here's Will Smith.
He's raring to go over the line. Just say, hold your horses. Now he comes quickly up through the neutral zone.
Smith through center ice, angles wide to the left wing boards, makes his way in on goal, shoots and fired wide. He tried to cut over to his right, fired it to the left, and just wide of the left goal post.
He did that purposely too, Ken. He actually took a little bit off and almost like a change-up. It wasn't that hard of a shot, just sort of flipped it, trying to get Talbot going one way and flip it back the other way. He just did miss it. Dylan Larkin has a chance to give the Wings a lead.
Round 3 of the shootout. Larkin will try for Detroit. The Red Wing captain making his way in. He shoots and fired it over the crossbar and wide of the goal.
And again, the same kind of idea. Come down that right side, come back to the middle of the ice and let it go in one motion. But missed the far goal post. Sharks can win. Cam Talbot has got to make this save.
This is Kurashev, and he won it yesterday in overtime for San Jose. If he scores, the game's over. If not, we continue. Here comes Kurashev. In front. Shoots. Off the goal post. He had Cam Talbot beat and clanged it off the iron.
You could hear it ring up here. Scored a very important goal yesterday against Colorado and just did miss, getting the second point for his team.
James Van Riemsdyk, the veteran, will try now.
He's a dangerous man in this situation.
Round 4 of the shootout. Neither team has scored. Van Riemsdyk picks it up very slow. Now he gains some momentum. Makes his way and shoots. He scores! Made it look easy. And the Red Wings lead 1-0 in the shootout. The Sharks now have to get a goal here. Otherwise, the Red Wings will win the game.
It might look that way, but we definitely know it's not. Just a smart play by the veteran forward, James Van Riemsdyk. Tyler Toffoli will try and get a goal here. If he doesn't, the Red Wings pick up the second point.
Big point on the table. Tyler Toffoli trying to keep the shootout alive. Here he comes. Slowly makes his way in front of Talbot. Drags the puck, and Talbot makes the save, and this game is over. The Red Wings win in a shootout. James Van Riemsdyk with the lone goal. And the final score here in San Jose tonight, the Red Wings 3 and the Sharks 2.
And he's a big part of that fourth line right now. The Wings just seem like they're a much better team when he's in the lineup. And how about that Cam Talbot? You got to give him lots of credit. Just stayed with him to Foley all the way. He really ran out of real estate. Didn't get much on that scoring chance. Another big game by Cam Talbot. The Wings pick up 2 big points, now 18 points, and back into a tie with the first place Montreal Canadiens in the Atlantic Division.
And that's the 3rd loss in overtime or a shootout this year for the San Jose Sharks.
Well, the numbers just keep getting better for Cam Talbot. 5-1 so far this season in 6 games played.
Now a little bit of a different finish as the Red Wings looked like they had the game in control after the Sider goal. Dickinson tied it, 16:55. Overtime was good, but in the end, only 1 goal scored in the shootout came in the 4th round. James Van Riemsdyk with the deciding goal here tonight.
And a big win it is for Todd McClellan, his group, and get back on track and have a good feeling now as they get a day off tomorrow or travel to Vegas after the game tonight. Practice tomorrow in Vegas and get set for the game against the Vegas Golden Knights, and they are one of the better teams in the Western Conference. But again, the Wings play like they played here tonight, that solid defensive mindset, everybody contributing. They can beat any team in the National Hockey League.
How about the road trip so far, Paul? 3-1 for the Red Wings, and a chance maybe if they can beat the Golden Knights to make it 4-1 and head home to play the Rangers.
You just love that feeling, waking up in the morning and check the standings and see you're in first place, tied with the Montreal Canadiens, and that's where you want to be. So great job by the Red Wing coaching staff, all the players, and Cam Talbot, like I say, has been very good all